How's it going, everybody? How's it going, Napoli? How's it going, Chris? How's it going, Morpheus? Hope you are all having a wonderful evening. We're coming to you live from Riga, Latvia. We're going to be covering the Junior Speed Chess Championship between Jorden van Foreest and Wei Yi. Obviously, I could do just normal stream, but I feel like doing some coverage rather than playing, since the event here is going to be starting in a couple of days. Thank you to JMan330 for the 4-month resub. Thank you so much. Ever get that feeling of deja vu? Thank you, Adam. Helmet123 for the 3-month resub. Thank you so much. So, all right, connection seems good. So far, so good. Here in Latvia, it should be slightly better than it was in Zagreb. Thank you, Octavius 2019, for the 2-month resub. Let's put some music on. You guys are demanding the music, so let's have some music. Water is healthy. I don't know if this is water, but I don't know what kind of water it is, you guys, because I don't read Latvian. So it says Vita fruit mineral. So I assume it's some kind of flavored water with a fruit flavor. I'm not actually sure. How's it going, Chess Bay? Hope you're having a wonderful evening as well. So yeah. All right, so we are going to put some music on. Let's get the show on the road. All right, you guys. You can't waste stream time for Grand Swiss and World Cup, so better win. Grand Swiss? What's that mean? A little confused, but anyway. 1 second. Let me move my... maybe put my setup slightly different. It's not even noon in Mordor, indeed. How's it going, Chess Bay? All right. So, all right, you guys. So we are going to be covering the match. Let me just make sure I can pull it up. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me just make sure to follow him. Tomorrow in Isle of Man, you can win the Challengers. What? I'm confused. I didn't even know there was an Isle of Man qualifier tomorrow, but I'm already qualified for Isle of Man, so that's not an issue. Just give me 1 second. You guys need to get my setup just a little bit more precise here so I can look at both screens at the same time. Whoops, I don't want to buy bits. 1 second. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. 1 second, guys.
tricky. Let me try to go. One bag of nuts.com is not enough, so we're gonna have to try to use 2 to balance my iPad so I can read the chat at the same time. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, now that looks perfect. That's perfect. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, all right, you guys. Okay, now we should be good now that I've got my iPad centrally located. I can read the chat at the same time. So we're going to be covering the Junior Speed Chess Championship, you guys. So this is a match between Jorden van Foreest and Wei Yi. Obviously, Wei Yi is the favorite in the match. But yeah, just give me 1 second. Let me just pull it up. Okay, so there we go. All right, so when the games start, we'll be following them. Thank you, Joseph Dukaltum, for the 2-month resub. Thank you so much, Joseph Dukaltum. Thank you for the resub. Who am I rooting for? I don't really have a preference. I mean, I would have to say I'm rooting for Jorden, just because he's the underdog. But, I mean, both players are very talented. Yeah, I mean, Wei Yi might be on the next level, but I don't know. Like, Wei Yi really... I don't know. He disappointed me his first match against Pragnanantha, so I believe the game should be starting now. So, yeah, I mean, Wei Yi is the favorite, but he wasn't very impressive against Jorden van Foreest, or not against Jorden, against Pragnanantha. So it's a little bit, you know, it's going to be a tough match. I thought the match was supposed to be starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. So I'm a little confused as to why they haven't started. Apparently they're starting in 5 minutes. So, yeah, so apparently the match starts in 5 minutes. So that's that. I was told it's starting at 11. It's apparently starting at like 11:15 Eastern. But, yeah, so the time format is, I believe they play an hour and a half of 5 minutes with, I believe it's 3-second increment. They play 1 hour of 3 minute with 1 second increment, and then they play a final 30 minutes with 1 minute and 1 second increment. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the format. Okay, Snowy QQ says, how's my prep going after Zagreb? I feel pretty good after Zagreb. Did a lot of prep in Zagreb. Things obviously didn't go great, but if anything... Oh, it's 5-1, not 5-3, sorry. But if anything, all the prep that I put in Zagreb should pay dividends here in Riga. Yes, I am streaming off my laptop. Of course, I'm not at home. I'm not in Florida. I'm in Riga, Latvia, where I'm just eating my lovely tuna in sunflower oil. So, Robert Fox says I lost money on you. Sorry, Robert Fox. I mean, the tournament just got up to a garbage start. I lost a stupid game to Fabiano, and basically in prep where he defined one good move. And that's just how it goes. And that sort of got the whole thing going in the wrong direction. Someone says canned tuna. I mean, well, I decided I was going to stream the JSCC tonight for all you guys, and it's running from essentially 6 p.m. Eastern till about 10 p.m. Eastern, or 6 p.m. local till 10 p.m. local. So, I mean, I had to get some food before the match starts, and like canned tuna is good as anything else. It's good protein. It's fairly cheap, so why not? Thank you, Lord Schnaps, for the sub with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Get dinner somehow. There's actually not even room service at this Marriott here in Riga. So yeah, Mr. Dodgy Chest says I've only ever seen Hikaru stream from hotels. Is he homeless? I mean, it feels like I'm homeless sometimes, but yeah. Robert Fox, it has mercury, but you just don't eat it every day. At the same time, I'd rather eat mercury. I'd rather eat tuna and have mercury than eat red meat and get like heart disease and die for sure. So, match still hasn't started. Should be starting pretty soon, though. Yeah, exactly, Michael, and that's exactly my thought process, too. It's good, cheap protein. I mean, it's cheap, it's good protein, and it's not actually like meat, so you aren't going to get cancer and die right away, at least. So, yeah. So we're still waiting for the game to start. It should be starting pretty soon. I don't know why they haven't started the match. But in the meantime, just give me 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna make a actually, let me see if I can add this as well to my background. 1 second. I'm going to be doing this kind of like old school, so okay, there we go. Let's make this a touch smaller. Alt this down. Let's make this. How does this looks almost perfect. Let's just get rid of the top there. Okay, let's centralize this, and we will start putting in 5 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 1 plus 1. Let me make sure. How does this look? Wei. We'll keep this very old school. Using Word. 1 second. And I'll put zeros next to every spot. 1 second. Thank you, Bantam, for the 300 bits. So, okay, so just give me 1 second, you guys, while we do this. And let's just do it like this. I know this is fairly old school, not very classic, but I don't know why the match hasn't started. It was supposed to start at 11 Eastern, so it's a little bit weird that it hasn't, but I think this looks okay, right? Can you guys see it on can you guys see the scores or not? Or should I centralize it maybe? I guess let me just centralize it. Okay, so let's just centralize it. This should be a little bit better. Make it bigger. Okay, fine. I'll make it bigger. 1 second. Let's make this. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Can you guys see it now? Is that better? Is that better, or is it still too small, you guys? Is it still too small or bigger? Still not big enough. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's make it bigger. Let's make it 18. Okay, now even I can see it on mine. Now it should be better, right? Okay, now it's good. Okay, there we go. Let me, because wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Why did it do that? Okay, there we go. Why isn't it centralized? Oh, well. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so there we go. So now we're all set up. So we should be good to go. And now we'll just wait for the match to start. Do these two have anything for Fallujah? I mean, if Wei Yi plays to his potential in the 5-1 and 3-1, Wei Yi should be the favorite over Fallujah still. If Wei Yi is not like super close, so like if he's not up by 1 or 2 games going into Bullet, I think he's going to get absolutely smoked by Fallujah. So that I think is what's going to make the big difference. Thank you, Harstar, for the 8 months. Thank you so much, much appreciated. So, okay, you guys. So we should be starting any second now. So just a little surprised we haven't started yet, but it should be starting any moment. Okay, so there we go. So we have D4 played. First game of the match. Let's see if Jorden plays Knight F6. He does. So it's 5-1. Okay, Jorden plays G6. I assume Jordan's going to play King's Indian, or no, he's going to play the Grunfeld. Okay, so first game is going to be a Grunfeld. Wei Yi obviously has played plenty of the top players enough times that he should have quite a few ideas against the Grunfeld here. Okay, so Bishop G5, Knight E4, or Bishop G7, both playable. Bishop H4 played. So usually it's going to go like takes, and DC4 is one idea. We'll see if this happens. Probably he'll take on C4, I would expect. Yeah, he does take on C4, correct. E3 played. So usually it's going to go like C5 or Bishop E6. Okay, so thank you, Shell CB, for the 3 months. I'm not going to do too much commentary immediately on these lines, but this is well-known theory. White tries to put the queen on B1, hit the pawn. Ideas of queen B5, try to win the pawn on C4. Also ideas with knight G5 to hit the bishop on E6 as well. Thank you, Chessbay, for giving a sub to Croaks. Thank you so much to Chessbay for the gifted sub to Croaks. Nice hotel room. Where is it? I am at the AC Marriott Hotel in Riga, Latvia. So that's where I am right at this moment. So do we have more moves? Queen B1. No more moves. Jordan's still thinking here. Plays knight D7. That looks wrong. Knight D7 looks very dubious. I think just knight G5 and white's just much better. Like knight G5, bishop D5, E4. Yeah, this looks very dubious. Knight G5, bishop D5, just E4. I mean, all your pawns are hanging. I'm very skeptical of this opening choice by Jorden so far. This looks very, very bad for black. Unsurprisingly, Wei Yi plays knight G5. Okay, so it's going to go like, what, E4, H6, I guess is his idea? He's got to play H6 here. No other choice. H6 is an only move already. So he does play H6. But the problem is now after knight F3 and just bishop takes C4, this looks really, really good for white. Maybe knight H3, idea of bishop E6, you have knight you have knight F4 to hit the bishop. He does go knight H3. And I really don't like this position for Jorden here. This looks very, very dubious. I feel like he's just misplayed the opening here. Nice big center for Wei Yi. Very, very good start here. You were good in predictions? Yeah, I mean, Wei Yi is a very strong chess player, so I would kind of expect Wei Yi to find most of the moves. Okay, bishop C4, of course. Now probably castles. White's got a huge center here. Of course not D5 because you hang the pawn on C3. So castles is played. I mean, yeah, black would like the pawn at C5, but he's got the bishop on C6. You never get the classic C5 break playing on the diagonal here. So I would already say after bishop B3 or D3, probably I'd go to B3 here just to keep the bishop on the diagonal, but even D3 is fine. So this is just very, very nice for Wei Yi. Very, very nice position. Huge center here. No C5 pawn break, bad bishop. Knight's a little bit iffy here. Maybe bishop d7 to try and trade and also activate c5. White can't go knight f4 because you'll get g5 with a fork. So I kind of expect bishop d7 here, but in general, this looks really, really shaky for Jorden. So not a great start so far for Jorden. Can I walk like an Egyptian? I don't actually know what that means, but anyway. So probably here, I think White's not too concerned about this capture because the king is pretty safe. Maybe just bishop g3 first and just keep the big center intact. Maybe f4 even is playable, or just develop the queen to go rook d1. A lot of ideas here. I probably would... I don't know. It's a little early in the match, so I wouldn't really want to play f4. It's a bit later. I might go f4. I don't love queen d3. I know that if black takes, you can take, but there might be some ideas like rook c8. It goes c5, takes the x, knight a4. And also black's threatening maybe c4 as well here with a fork. That's why I wasn't so sure about putting the queen here. Okay, knight a4 is obviously a forced move now. So knight a4, hitting both pawns here. So he's going to take and probably trade and take a pawn. Black's got 2 bishops. Rook d3 or rook d2? Rook e8's also a good move. Yeah, and rook e4. No, Wei Yi lost the thread completely. In basically 3 moves, Wei Yi went from much better, maybe winning, to probably slightly worse now, because this knight on h3 is bad. Black has 2 bishops. White's extra pawn is this very crummy double pawn on c3. So that changed like this. Wei Yi definitely was much better. Now I think Wei Yi is going to struggle to make a draw. There's also rook e2 here to hit the pawn. Maybe double the rooks. Maybe g5, prophylaxis, restrict the knight. So really, really unpleasant turn of events here for Wei Yi in this game. So pretty bad start for Wei Yi here. Okay, so he plays rook e2 completely fine. Rook e8 was fine. G5. Now, I don't like Wei Yi's time usage. Remember, this is 5+1. This is not like 3+1, so you have a lot of time to think. So I felt like Wei Yi was just being too fast. I didn't like this queen d3 move. Just, it didn't feel right somehow intuitively. So I'm sure White was better here with maybe e5 or f4. Queen d3 just didn't feel right. Now I think he's going to pay the price. So knight e7, king h7, rook b1, bishop c4, hit the rook. Pawn is still hanging on c3, maybe bishop a6. You can always play like b5 or b6 maybe as well. You have to be careful about the c pawn coming up the board. So bishop a6 played to support the pawn, knight d5, trying to go knight b4 or knight c7. Multiple forks here against the rooks and the bishops. Oh, I'm supposed to change something in the settings. 1 second, you guys, sorry. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so knight a6, b6. Oh, what just happened? No, what did Jorden do? Now White's got this very dangerous pass c-pawn. What just happened? Whoa, wait a second. Okay, knight d5. Played rook e8, now after knight b4, he ends up with these double pawns, and the c-pawn is really, really dangerous here for White. Very, very choppy first game of this match. It feels like Wei Yi was much better, then he was much worse. Now he's once again better because the c-pawn is just so strong with this bishop on d6. These a-pawns are obviously going nowhere. So I'm going to predict that Wei Yi is going to win here. Thank you, Bird IA, for the sub with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much to the one and only, the only international master from Boston, Massachusetts, Chris Bird. Of course, that's not actually true. He's not the only arbiter, but he is the most famous arbiter from Boston, Massachusetts. Rook b7 played. Idea c6, c7, c8, queen coming. Looks very, very good for White. I don't like rook a7. I think that Jorden could have played bishop e5, made a draw here. He could have played bishop e5, tried to force a 4 versus 3 endgame, which should have been drawn. He plays a5, c6, bishop b4 played. Okay, obviously you want to go bishop f4. If you trade, it's an easy draw. Although now there's maybe g5. He really wants g5 here. Maybe you can throw in rook c7. g5 is imperative, I think. Still feels like it's very close to holding here. Maybe king f6, e6, d7. White can go to either e5 or e3 here. But I feel like he's got enough here. Like bishop e3, just king f6 and king e6, king d7. Like, I don't like bishop... Or no, he's got a... no, he misplayed this because on a4 there's takes, bishop c7, and rook c4 with the pin. Bishop d6 was a mistake by Jorden, because now he's in trouble. He's going to try to run his king over, but his kingside pawns are going to become loose long term. Like rook a5 here is very strong, or bishop a5, idea rook b8. The real problem is these kingside pawns, because white can run the king in, like king g2, f3, h3, going to g4 and f5, h5, or to e4 and f5. So again, I mean, I still think that there are good drawing chances, but definitely if anyone can win, it's going to be Wei Yi here. Wei Yi definitely is on the right side of equality. So I assume h5, maybe h4 here to long term, try to tickle this pawn on h5. He basically does the same idea. Now he's going to play rook b5 here. This should still be a draw because you get over with the king. Yeah, you get over with the king, so it still should be a draw. Now king f6, of course. It's going to be a draw. Although Joppy doesn't have much time. But this is a theoretical draw, so I expect this to be a draw here. Just f6. Okay, this also works. King h4. Wants to go g4, rook f3. Very precise. Still wants g4. Needs to protect the pawn. g4, I assume. g4 and f5 makes a lot of sense here. f5 maybe... Yeah, f5 should be a draw. Okay, this is a little bit dicey because there might be like rook a6 and f5 or f5 right away. But of course, it's still a theoretical draw. Okay, now I assume you go g5 or king g5. Both are playable. Although now now you can just check, and you just check all over and it's a draw. So very strange first game, very exciting first game on ice. But king d6 is forced, obviously. Is there... No, you have rook e5. You have rook e5 to hold the draw here. So yeah, so this is just a draw now. Rook f1, rook a5, or this. Everything's good enough. Wait, king e8. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, Jorden! Oh no! Oh, rook e7 game. Oh. Oh, come on, Jorden. Oh, very quickly, we're going to go back. I'll show you guys one last little point here. So after check, king d7, in this position, he needed to go rook c5, hitting the pawns. And after f6, you go king g6, and you just collect the pawn, and it's an easy draw. He blundered with rook d1, king e8, and then after rook e1, rook e7, white's just completely winning. So very, very unfortunate for Jorden to lose the first game. So we're going to move to game 2. So knight f3, d5, d4. Queen's Gambit accepted here, played by Wei Yi. Rook e1, played by Jorden van Foreest. So let's change this to a 1. So a6 is played here. That was very disappointing for Jorden. He played a great game at the end. I mean, he played a great game, I felt, and then just got a little bit careless at the end, but it happens. So b3 played. Not a whole lot going on in this game so far, so we're just going to wait to see what happens. So CD4 play, so you can probably play like bishop b2 and knight c3, I guess is one idea here. Maybe bishop d2 as well. Will I commentate tomorrow too? Very unlikely. There's an opening ceremony here in Riga, which I will have to attend. And also there will be games the following day. So I'm just going to be covering this Junior Speed Chess Championship today, you guys. So castles. Put a knight on d5 here. Play b6, bishop b7, maybe b5 as well. Very nice position for Wei Yi here. He's pretty much equalized without a whole lot of trouble in the second game. Milad says, I want chips now. They're pretty good. Okay, b5 played, bishop d3, I would assume. Play for knight e4, knight g5. Federer is losing the first set. Who's Federer playing? It's the quarters, right? So bishop f1, rook a d1. He'll play knight b4 here, almost for sure. Or knight e7, maybe. Maybe knight e7 is better, more access points. Not just a square on d5. Someone says, what a sexy jacket behind you. What, is there a jacket? Oh, that's right. Yeah, this room is so small that I'm having to, there's like literally that little small space behind me, which is where I have to hang all my clothes. Anyway, queen b6, queen f4, rook d8, h3 played, knight b4, knight e7. You can also just double. Although I thought here white could play knight e5 maybe, although still rook d4 is good, takes queen d4 and blacks up a pawn. So this looks, again, not a great start for Jorden. I think he's probably rattled from the first game, and the second game is not going well either. So Dark and Fortnite says, I think you're a hitman. I mean, I'm not John Wick, if that's what you're implying. Internet connection is good so far, but most of the players have not arrived yet, so I expect the chess players to arrive and clog the internet, and for it to stop working as well. Rook d4. Maybe he wants queen e3 after rook d4. Maybe he's going to be tricky, but still rook d8. If knight f7, king f7. But rook d8, knight e2. Hitting the rook. Oh. Nice moves by Jorden. You're also threatening knight c6 more importantly as well. Here just takes and you win the rook. This looks very, very tricky here. There's also knight f3 as well. Aha. Very, very nice. Nice little trick that Jorden's found in this game. Rook d1, queen b6, rook e1, knight c6. Someone says, who the heck is John Wick? John Wick is kind of a well-known character. Okay, so he's going to take and play knight e2, I think. So bishop c6, knight e2, e5 will be played, I assume. You have to play knight e2, obviously, to try and win the queen. Or the rook. What's he thinking about? Just knight e2? Why is he thinking here? Come on, Jorden, knight e2, let's go. Oh, wait, is there a trick with rook d... Oh, is there a trick with knight e2, rook d... What? Oh, no, yeah, maybe there's a trick with knight e2, rook d... No, just queen b6, no. What? Come on, Jorden, knight e2, come on, knight e2. Oh, come on. I know, but maybe queen d4, there's still rook d1. There's rook d1 still. So it's still good. But how clean is this? I thought it was better to keep more rooks on the board than to reach this position. Oops, sorry. Takes because queen b6, I still have bishop e8. It's probably winning. Probably it's winning. I didn't like the order, though. I thought the other order was cleaner. Obviously, queen b6 or queen a7. You have to go to e8 here because otherwise you're going to be back rank mate threats. So it should be winning for white. So probably takes like h6 or g6, probably maybe h5, h4 also, but it should be winning technically for white. Problem for white here is this pin against the king and the bishop. Obviously, you have to trade. And then maybe knight e4, knight e2. Try to win the bishop on f1 here. But knight e4, you can even go king h2 and just jettison the pawn, because your a pawn's going to be really, really fast here. Tuna and chips, we found the dinner of champions. I mean, it's something to eat. I could also eat some chocolate. But yeah, these crisps are really good. They taste amazing. They're called JSCC chips. I mean, I can't read Latvian, but man, they're really addictive and really, really good. So, really, really delicious at any rate. So, king h2 is played. And ideas to play a5, a6, a7, a8. Eventually, like queen c8 ideas. Looks really, really good. Okay, so knight d5 is played, or knight f2 is played. a5, bishop d5. So he's trying to centralize the bishop as well. So there are no ideas with queen c8. All black's pieces are very compact here. Now he wants to run the pawn. The issue is the bishop can cover it, as can the rook. Same time, you're threatening queen e8 check to win the pawn on f7 potentially. PIS for postures never took you for a sour cream and onion, man. I love sour cream and onion, man. That's like the best thing ever. Okay, so obviously black should play f5 here. First of all, it takes away queen e8 threat. Secondly, it stabilizes the position here. You also have threats with f4 and rook h1 mate if white ever moves the bishop, because it'll cover the g3 square. So f5 makes a lot of sense here. Okay, but now you... f4! Oh no, f4. f4. Oh no, f4. If white e finds f4... this could get very, very dicey. He's also got knight e4, knight... this is... But the king's running to e5, so knight e6, you just check. I think Jorden got lucky here. I think Jorden was in a lot of trouble here. He should have played f4. If he played f4, idea rook h1... I think he was in a lot of trouble there. Because it's worth noting, if he played... I'll show this after the game very quickly, you guys, but... Okay, now just queen e8 or queen b8. It should all be winning for white. But the point was that... Or one side. Okay, we'll show this after the game. I'll show you guys when the next game gets ready to roll. So obviously you should take... Okay. a7... Probably rook e1 here, but it's just as the song goes, it's just too little, too late here for Wei. This pawn is just much too fast. Okay, two queens. You can probably just tuck your king back on h2. I think it looks safest. You can maybe run in as well, but it looks simply safest to run it back. And sure enough, he does it. You've got two queens here, which are going to just win. So, very quickly before we go on to the next game, I just want to show you guys one quick point. The point that I was going to make here is that after f4, now if white tries queen b8 check, king h7, queen takes f4. Now rook h1 might actually be working, because after king g3, knight e4, you can't go to h4 because of g5 with the fork. Go to f3, there's... well, first of all, there's knight d2, double check here, and you collect the bishop. And if king g4, I think knight f6, king g3, knight e4 is a draw. Or, oh, no, it wins, because king g3, you have knight h5 with the fork. And if you go to h4, then I, again, have g5. So f4 would have been very, very strong. That's a huge, costly miss by by Wei Yi in that second game. He could have been off to a very, very fast start. So this is game 3, same opening. Same opening. Queen C2 played this time. And last game, Wei Yi played Queen B1. I guess he wasn't happy with the position, which is surprising because I thought he got a great position out of the opening. So he decides to change it. Bishop F1 after F4 was obviously playable, but then you basically just lost the tempo there. You're just going back and retreating. So, yeah, Bishop F1 was fine, but it's just like wasting a tempo. Okay, White wants to play for D5, maybe E4. C5 isn't so good here. White can maybe take or just play D5. Update the notepad. You guys are right, exactly. Okay. So probably E4 here. A4 played. Idea to play for A5, so obviously black stops it. Long-term A4 maybe is a weakness. Thank you, Shinobu2, for the 6 months. No engine, you guys. I'm not using an engine for this commentary. If I'm going to use an engine for commentary, then I might as well not do commentary. Because I really should... If I'm doing commentary, I should do it from a human aspect, and I think everyone should do that. To me, it's just insane to use engines in your commentary, because it's like saying, I'm not good enough to do commentary without an engine, so I need help. Okay, so G4 played. I guess you take, and maybe you play like C6 and knight D5 or E6 and knight D5. Yeah, I mean, really, like, if you're doing commentary, using an engine is just ridiculous. Okay, trade knight A4 played. Am I talking about Alejandro? No, Alejandro's actually quite strong. Alejandro does use the engine, but he's a very strong chess player. I've seen him do plenty of good commentary without an engine, so not referring to Alejandro at all. Mana says nice pillows. They are awfully comfortable. I slept very well last night. I'm not gonna lie. I did sleep really well. Maybe I'll just go grab one. Give me 1 second. Very nice. Very nice. Use it for my back. Oh man, it feels so nice. So nice. Okay, so Rook D1 played, support the pawn. E5 takes knight B6 here. Now White can't take the pawn because then you hang the bishop on C4. Maybe bishop A2 followed by queen G6. So yeah. Now there's queen G6, I thought, but maybe you just sidestep with king H8. Yeah, you just sidesteps now. There's no longer a pin. So DE3 played. Maybe bishop F6 is an idea here. Or bishop G5. Bishop F6 looks reasonable. Idea you want to take the pawn at H6 because of the pin. And if black takes, you take and collect on F6. So very sharp position. Black should obviously take on F2 with check first. Someone's talking about a Gadmator. Yes, he was in Zagreb. He stopped me before one of the rounds to ask me to sign something, and I signed it. As I was signing, I was like, this guy looks a lot like a Gadmator, but he seemed a little bit more like clean shaven. He seemed more proper. So I was like, okay, maybe it's him, but I didn't think it was. And my trainer said that a Gadmator is like 2 feet tall or something. So I was like, okay, it just is nothing. But sure enough, you know, I saw some posts on the internet and then checked some other stuff, and indeed it was a Gabon tour. So he did show up in Zagreb for the Grand Chess Tour event. Did he have a dog? No, I mean, he didn't have a dog with him. I mean, 2 feet's being not being literal, but I thought he was supposed. I heard that he was supposed to be very short, and he's not very short. He's not short at all. He's not like Peter Dinklage or anything. So are they? Yeah, he's still thinking after bishop f6. You should obviously throw in the capture, I would assume. I don't know why he's thinking here. You could also maybe just play king g8 as well, take and then king g8. That makes, or no, then there's queen g6. Actually, if king g8, there's this very nasty queen g6 trick because you're once again pinned all over the place. So king f1 or king f2. King f2 looks fine since there are no checks with the queen. Okay, so takes, we're going to have this line, queen f6. Oh no, bishop b, oh wow, I even missed bishop b1. Oh, but he's got f5 here. But this looks, black's king is very open here. Probably there's going to be a checkmate coming. Probably some kind of checkmate, because white also has this a2 diagonal as well to hit the king. Yeah, bishop b1 is a nasty move by Wei Yi. Very, very nasty. Very, very nasty. Bishop b1 is a very nice nice move here. Idea to play bishop h7. That's a really, really nice tactic that Wei Yi just found. Fantastic tactic. Yeah, bishop b1 is just a brilliant idea with the idea of going to a2. Really, really nice. So that's a win for Wei Yi. So next game coming up. So, okay, next game coming up. Let me update the score sheet. 2-1, Wei Yi, game 3. Okay, knight f3, d5, e3 played by Jorden. He plays c4, knight c3 or b3. One of the two he plays knight c3. Okay, logical here. Bishop e7 is played. Maybe like d4 or b3 is playable here. Am I going to cover the World Chess Tour games on stream? Probably not once the event gets going, but maybe. We'll see. dc4, probably bishop c4, maybe g4, g5 ideas make sense here. Or you can just play castles and be safe. One of the two. Okay, bishop e2 I don't really understand. I thought it just made more sense to just castle right away. Or play d4. Okay, bishop f3. Probably queen c8 here. Makes the most sense. Queen c7 allows some kind of knight b5 trick. So queen c8 takes. Maybe queen f3. But knight d7 here. I think, yeah, if knight c6, bishop d6, knight b5, rook f8, you hang a7. So I thought fd7 was more precise because I think knight c6 could be a very dangerous move here for white. F4, I don't really understand f4. Knight c6 was better. That's kind of a miss for so okay, so f4 95 trade 97 94 f6 takes bishop f6, probably knight f6. Try to use the bishop against the knight, but it's very hard to see this being anything much for white. I think this is likely going to be a draw. Thank you, Amadan 2013 for the 9-month resub. Thank you so much. Maybe f3. But nah, I mean, the pawns are on light squares. Jordan's missed the boat in this game. This looks very dry. I think Wei Yi is completely fine here. And he should draw this, at least draws without any issues here. There are also tricks like knight e4 coming. White's breaks aren't really strong here. d4 just takes knight d5. Knight d5, I meant not e5. Like knight d5. Okay, rook d5, maybe rook f5, rook h5. You've got some issues here with these pawns on f2 and h2. So I'm not really crazy about this. Rook f5 looks like a very interesting idea. Rook h5 also looks, rook h5 and knight e4 actually looks potentially extremely dangerous. Rook h5 looks very interesting here with the idea like rook h5, rook h5, d takes c5, knight e4. He plays knight e4 right away. I assume if f3 wants to go rook f5 and rook f2 and win the bishop. Yeah, he does, sure enough. So rook f1, knight g5 maybe. Actually, rook f1, there might also be rook h5 then to win the... there might even be rook h5 trying to win the pawn on h2. So, not loving this opening choice and this the general flow of this fourth game from Jorden van Foreest here. Okay, so rook f1 is played. Rook h5 looks very, very dangerous here with the idea of rook h2, and Wei is too strong. Of course, he's going to find rook h5. Mr. Dodgy says he's a pretty good commentator, still waiting for his TV recommendations. I don't know what you mean by TV recommendations, but yeah, so probably like fe4, rook h2, and then take the bishop. You can play rook h1 here, and then rook f5, maybe we're going to have a draw. Because knight g5, yeah, we're going to probably have a draw here. And a draw would be a good result for Jorden here, because he is, I think, going to be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't make the draw here. So he should just play rook f1, rook h1, make the draw. No sushi today? No, I mean, I haven't actually... I don't think I've had any sushi since the Norway stream, oddly enough. f4 was played. I mean, now there's g5. This knight is either really good or really bad. Again, there's no support from like a pawn, so White can attack and maybe push e4. But I'm not sure. I mean, I did have some really good seafood last night here in Riga. So there's definitely great seafood. But in terms of sushi, I'm not sure. Okay, so takes, obviously you're going to play rook c5, I would think, because you've still got knight c3 and rook c2. You don't want to create a weak pawn on a dark square by taking, which will always be under attack. So rook c5, of course. Now you're threatening rook c2 to win the bishop on b2. Riga seems pretty nice so far, the little bit I've seen, so I'm not complaining, that's for sure. Rook c1, maybe bishop d4. Bishop d4, actually, but then knight c3. Probably it's not quite enough. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. How's the hotel? I mean, the hotel's fine. Not super special. Not terrible either. I'm actually gonna make some coffee. Give me 1 second. There we go. 1 second, you guys. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Oops. All right, there we go, you guys. Sorry about that. Just had to start boiling some water. Time to grab my my instant coffee that I had from let me see, Spar instant coffee gold that I have from Azagra that I collected at Spar, of course. So I just have to get my coffee going. They have some nice cups. The coffee cups in the room are pretty nice. Can't complain about that. Okay, so we do have bishop d4, knight c3, which I suggested about like feels like 2 minutes ago. Instant coffee. We're in a hotel, you guys. What do you want me to say? Instant coffee is always good. I can't complain. It's Spar, whatever. It's all the same. It's all good. Okay, so king f3 played. This is why I didn't like knight c3, because now you're going to end up with an ISO here on c5. You'll notice after takes, rook d1, black has 3 sets of ISOs. You'll have 1, 2, 3. White will have 2. White will only have 1 ISO here on h2. Everything else is good. Okay, there we go. All right. Perfect. Again, this still should be a draw. e5 is actually a very, very nice move. Try and get rid of 1 pawn island and give White Just basically 2 pawn islands here on f4 and h2. Again, you still these two pawns which aren't great, but now I think takes and g5. Yeah, just ef4, ef4, g5, and it's going to be an easy draw here for Wei Yi. You can even maybe just play g5 right away, but ef4 looks good enough. Crazy Coffee Man says overdrinking coffee can be very bad. Tell that to Jaromir Jagr, who drinks like 8 cups of coffee a day, and he was like a boss, and he was still playing in the NHL until he was like 48. Until he was like 48 years old. So, yeah, probably takes and g5 should be good enough for a draw. So ef4 is played, so so ef4, rook f7. Another way to try to keep the game going. White should obviously just play like rook d5 and king e4. I don't like rook f7 here by Wei Yi, because after rook d5, rook f5, king e4, White's trying to win this endgame. I do not like rook f7 at all by Wei Yi here. I think it's still probably a draw because you have rook c7, idea c4. But why do you even want to go for this? It makes literally no sense to me when you have an easy draw as black to just play g5. Valerian90 says, come to Italy, we have the real coffee. I've had good coffee everywhere. I mean, there's good coffee in Portland, for example. There's good coffee in Seattle. There are a lot of coffee shops right nearby, here in the city center in Riga. I haven't been to any of them, but I saw at least 3, and they were fortunately not Starbucks, so I know they're going to be really good. So rook e2, but now check. I mean, like, what is Wei Yi doing? Why is he trying to lose this endgame? Now you can just take h7 and c5, and you're down a pawn. It still should be a draw, but why are you trying to lose this as Wei Yi? Why are you trying to lose? Oh my gosh, what is Wei Yi doing? What is Wei Yi doing? It's still probably a draw, but why is Wei Yi trying to... Wei Yi's up a game. Why is he trying to lose this endgame? Literally makes no sense at all. Not to mention he doesn't have 2 connected, because there's an f-pawn, and now White's just going to run these bad boys all the way up the board. Extremely poor meta here by Wei Yi. Extremely poor meta. Extremely poor by Wei Yi. Up a game, easy draw with g5, and instead he tries to win from a worse rook and pawn endgame, and instead he's going to make a loss. Absolutely insane. Utterly insane. Just b4, a6. These pawns are too slow, not to mention White's rook will prevent black from pushing all the way up the board. Just king b6 is game over. a7, king b... This still should be winning. This still should be winning. No! Oh, he's got rook a4. Ah, nice. Very nice by Jordan. And now you queen and you cover the square on h1. So rook h4 is nice. b4 is winning too, but very, very nice finishing technique by Jordan. Incredibly poor technique by Wei Yi. Don't even know what he was thinking with rook f7. Like, I mean, I just have no words for that. That was just terrible. In a normal game, fine, but in a match where you're up a game at the start, why do you try to win when it's an easy draw? You're up a point. Easy draw there with g5. Instead, he tries to lose. Like, just not very good by Wei Yi. That's for sure. So, okay, we start the next game. d4 played by Wei Yi. So d4, knight f6, c4, g6. Probably going to have another Grunfeld. Okay, this time he changes. He doesn't go bishop g5. So bishop e3, c5, rook c1 played. Even match, good for Van Foreest. Yeah, I mean, the argument, I think, is that Wei Yi is better as the control is slower. So as it gets to 3-1, it's because he's only 28, 25. Well, but the thing with Wei Yi there is he had 2 minutes. He had 2 minutes. It's not like he was under pressure on the clock. So that's why I thought it was very questionable, very, very questionable decision. And he did get punished for it. So queen d2, obviously. Maybe knight d2 is playable, but queen d2 looks like the natural move. Or just castles, okay. So rook a1 played. Queen b2 maybe, or queen e6 looks. Knight g5, knight e6 maybe. Not sure what's going on. This feels like some kind of deep prep though, so I'd be a little bit concerned here if I'm I'd be concerned here if I'm Jordan. Update the notepad, you're right. Update Microsoft Word. Score is 2-2. There you guys go. Okay, so h3 takes 6. This looks very, very good for white. Black's up a pawn, but you've got the two bishops. Very nice diagonals here. Probably e5 or d5. I would assume e5 to activate this bishop. But really, really good. Chessbase says, fix a score, man. I'm doing my best, Chessbase. What do you want? I've got one monitor. It's tough enough trying to do commentary, drink my coffee, and also update Microsoft Word. Like, come on. And it's not Notepad. It's Word, by the way, you guys. Very important to note that it's Word. It's not Notepad. Okay, so Rook c8's played. So he really wants to get the knight here, hit the pawn or knight e5. Also, the bishop here. You always want to play e5 at some point. But yeah, this looks okay. This looks okay for Jordan tentatively here. It's even material. White's got double c pawns. If he can keep this diagonal closed and not let this bishop become active, like something like b7 or d5, then it should be completely fine for black. The numbers could have been aligned better. Okay, you want the numbers aligned better? Okay, fine. Well, let's be super precise. Okay, let's look. The zeros are now aligned more precisely, everybody. How do you like it? The 2-0-0 looks about right. The 2 is closer to the Wei than it is to Van Foreest, so let's move the 2 over a little bit. There you guys go. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? There we go. Okay, there we go. Are you guys happy? Knight a6 played. Okay, Rook a5. I don't like knight a6 because you have no access points. You're only trying to win the pawn here on c5. If you don't win the pawn, your knight's really bad. If I ever get e5 and I put pressure on his pawn, your knight is going to completely collapse here on a5. If you do it on Notepad, all characters occupy the same space. I mean, okay, sorry that I'm using Word instead of Notepad. More points after weight and more space. Good one. You guys are hilarious. But I can see a little bit of scroll bar, really? Oh, you're right, you can actually. That's a good point. 1 second. Sorry, you guys. I mean, I can even make this a bit smaller. Thank you, Master Davo, for the sub with Twitch Prime. Okay, there you guys go. Are you happy? There you guys go. That's the last one. I'm going to update it. E6 played to prevent, I guess, E5. Also, you want bishop F8, but now E5 is bishop B7. C6 is a massive threat because if you take with the pawn, you lose the knight on A6. Like I said, I didn't like knight A6 because either the knight on A6 is really, really good or it's really, really bad. Okay, Rook B8. C6 is a huge threat here. Don't know if it's necessary. It's not aligned to the middle. What do you guys want from me? What do you want from me? Okay, there we go. That's the last one I'm going to do anything. Okay. Whoops. Okay, last one I'm going to update. Rook A1 play. Okay, probably C6 is a threat here. Okay, obviously White's going to play C6 this move, I would assume. Or Queen C4 maybe is playable as well. Looks very, very dangerous for Jordan. Okay, so C6 probably takes. Try Excel. I mean, obviously I use Excel like every day, so... okay, Queen C4. I don't like Queen C4. I like Queen A4 because you always had C4 to cut the squares. Now you've got the queen on C4. I guess you're going to win C6 though. So instead of getting a pawn on C4, you're winning this pawn. So it's actually still quite good. Looks really, really nice for White. Big fan. Maybe Queen D8. Looks really, really good for Wei, but very choppy start so far. What do I use Excel for? I use it for spreadsheets like literally all the time. It's what I use to keep track of my expenses from traveling, playing chess every year. I use it when I trade in the markets, when I trade like options specifically. So yeah, I use Excel all the time. So Queen F4, didn't want to take maybe their knight D5 ideas. He wants to put pressure on his pawn. Now c4 looks amazingly strong. Just cut the knight. This knight looks so dead after c4 here. Pawn, yeah, this knight is just this knight is a very sad panda here. Literally no squares. I mean, you're just no squares here. You've got pressure on f7. White's got 2 bishops. He's got a rook on the 7th. Really, really tough position here for Jorden van Foreest. But yeah, Excel is what I use all the time. All the time. Rook b4, trying to go for knight d5. Idea to play bishop a5, maybe? These are chips. These are sour cream and onion crisps from the local supermarket. I like bishop a5 here. Knight a8 play. Black really wants to activate the bishop, though. So knight looks crummy here, but if black doesn't get bishop c5, black might be asking, what are all my pieces doing here? But yeah, these are not chips, you guys. These are crisps. Big difference. Those of you who are Americanos wouldn't... I mean, these are crisps. These are not chips. Okay, bishop b4 played here. I really like rook d1 ideas, maybe. Queen c5, of course, is strong. I really like rook d1 here, because this knight is just so bad. Queen a3, queen d6 is another strong idea. I figure long term this has to be winning for white. Did I study business when I went to college? No. If I had stayed in college, I would have gone into political science. So Jordan's trying to get an endgame where maybe he can survive. Not very optimistic here, but okay. Queen a5. Oh man, look at these black pieces. Just so dominated. This knight has no squares. Just really, really rough position to have. I mean, even takes in c5 looks strong here. Really, really tough position. I would probably play c5 here. And then rook c6. c5 and rook c6 and it's game over. This knight on a8 is a very sad panda here. But yeah, I would have gone into political science. Political science is basically study, you become a politician, or you become a lobbyist, or you become a lawyer. One of the three. All things that are not necessarily brilliant at the present moment. So... that was basically Ali Ekin's gun. Yes, I think Ali Ekin's gun is rook, queen, rook, but close enough. Close enough. Just rook a8, game over. But maybe Jordan's trying to get tricky. He's trying to win 2 pawns and at least fight for something. With 4 versus 3, this is obviously winning, but I think if I'm Wei Yi here, I would try to maybe just play rook a1 and rook e1. Because it's still winning with the 4v3 and a bishop, but it's not so simple. Yeah, lobbyists, of course. Lobbyists would be a very... I mean, I know people who are lobbyists, actually, but it's not something I'd ever want to do. Okay, so rook e5, rook a7, rook f5, obviously. No, f4! Just f4! Oh, come on, Jordan. What is king f8? Oh, come on. Come on. What is this? Just takes an h4. And now you can resign for sure. Now it's just over. Like bishop f3, h5. I mean, it's 2v2. Like, it's just easily winning. Rook a6 is good enough. Yeah, I mean, bishop e2, bishop c4. King G3, King F4. Everything's winning. You don't want to get it where it's like a bishop and an H pawn. Like, it was bishop and H pawn. Like, I mean, it's still winning, but there are tricks at least. So this looks just H6. Bishop D5, nice. And he's just going to sack. So King G3. King E3 is also good enough. Just like Rook E6. And you're going to put a bishop on F3. And like King E2. Basically, black can never attack this pawn. So just like King G3 or Rook A8. All completely winning. Although the time is getting a little bit tight here. So you still have to be careful a little bit. King G1, of course. And King H2. Okay, obviously Rook D5 here. Bishop D3 and King F3, and that's game over. Or Rook D3, also good enough, just King F3. And now you're going to swing the rook around, make a check, or make a check right away. It's nice to see a chess player that isn't all about math. Chess has a creative side that is often ignored. Okay, now the only trick is you don't want to play, like, you don't want to give some stalemate tricks here, because right now the king is blocked. So, like, Rook A5 would be a funny... Yeah, Rook A5... G3, yes, nice. Nice move by Wei Yi, so he wins again. So, it's now 3-2-2. So, C4, we had this last game, probably Knight C3 again. Tal was from Riga, yes. Mikhail Tal, the world champion, was from Riga, Latvia. Nah, no more chips. I've had enough chips right now. Let's see, what else do I have that I can eat that doesn't have 5 gajillion calories? Queen C8 again. You can always have some chocolate, of course. Let's have some Lindt chocolate. That'll wake me up a little bit more. Actually, I'll be right back, you guys. My hand got all oily. I'll be right back. Okay, so GF6 play, maybe Rook G1. I'm just grabbing a piece of chocolate. It's not like I'm eating the whole thing of my Lindt chocolate. It's also 85%. It's 85% dark, so it's at least, you know, unlike the milk chocolate or like 50%, you can't just eat the whole thing because it's too gross. Maybe Rook G8 here, followed by F5 or F5 right away. Both moves are playable here. Okay, Rook G8, now Rook A3. Now it's getting a little bit dicey. You put a Rook on G7, you never have F5 because of the diagonal. I also didn't eat at all today, you guys, so I mean, if I'm eating a bunch of bad junk food right now, it's because I haven't eaten all day. And of course, because I'm doing commentary, and it runs from the worst possible time, I can't go out and eat dinner, so that's just how it goes. Have I ever tried Sushi Eye in downtown St. Louis? I tried some sushi place. Sushi in St. Louis has never been very exciting to me. Call room service. There is no room service at this hotel, actually, so that is not possible. And I think there is maybe some app called Wolt or something, WOLT, that's here as well. But again, it's like that's too new age for me. So okay, so maybe his idea is f5. Maybe white can play f5, and maybe white can go f5 and knight g3, which seems reasonable. Probably takes knight g3 makes sense here. You can't just grab a doner kebab somewhere. Actually, I haven't seen any doner kebabs here. Okay, rook g2 is played. Don't like this. Maybe king f3, then takes knight f2, knight e5. Starting to slip away. This game is starting to slip away. But yeah, Wolt is the site. It's in Croatia and here. But yeah, there's no room service, you guys. I'm at the AC Marriott Hotel in Riga, Latvia. You can look it up. It's not. It's more of a boutique hotel, so there's just no room service here. What to do? Rook h6, rook h7. Am I happy with my performance in Zagreb? Of course, I'm not happy with it. That goes without saying. So yeah, so probably rook h7 maybe. You don't really want to take because then you undouble the pawns here. Room service, how hotels make money? Well, I thought they made money on their minibar, but the minibar that I'm looking at right now is pretty empty. They're like 2 bottles of beer, 2 bottles of Pepsi, and 2 bottles of water. So, I mean, there's like literally nothing to make money on, really. Thank you to Belrix. I think that's Belrix for donating $3.38. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ardex5150 for this tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. H3 played. So there might be a trick with takes knight d3 and knight b2. I think Jorden missed his tactic. I think this is just winning for black. Because takes knight d3, if king e2, knight b2, rook b1, there's rook g2 check, and rook takes d2. Yeah, Jorden just blundered. Other champs in this hotel. This is the hotel, so yes. Yes, I mean, I know for sure Levon is here. I assume all the other players are here too. Basically, FIDE picks the hotel, and then everyone is here. Wolt is good, but you have to order like 3 burgers to satisfy the minimum money for delivery. So with Wolt, you have to order. There's a minimum price. So it's not like Uber. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so king e2, knight takes b2. As I said, rook b1. There's rook g2. So he plays rook f1, so rook g2. There's also c4 here. I think Jordan's in trouble this game. This is the first time I think we're gonna have another result instead of just going win loss back and forth. Okay, so rook g2, rook f2. So obviously trade knight d3, maybe king f3. That should be and king f3 makes sense. King e2, just knight c1, knight a2. I mean, white's going to hope for a rook h7 and run the h pawn. King g7, very nice in between move by Wei Yi to force the rook here. And now you can go check, collect the pawn, and bring the knight back. And it should be very, very good. Bad lag? Am I lagging? Oh no, I'm not lagging, you guys. So it's got to be on your end. So knight takes a2. Knight a2, knight b4, and you've only got 1 outside pawn. It's not going to be enough here, I don't think. Thank you, the Mechaniac, for the 8-month resub. Thank you so much. So rook f5 played, knight b4. Maybe h4, h5 is an idea here. So, yeah. Okay, rook f1 played. Try to bring the rook back, I guess, is the idea. Probably king h7, just reroute the knight all over the place here. Idea a4, a3, a2, bishop d8. Knight c6, also good. Maybe f5 here makes sense, although you create a weakness, so I don't know if it's the best move. Okay, so he plays c4, so idea is just to plant the bishop on b4 here and put pressure on this pawn because the pawn here is going to restrict it. Distant Fire says, "Be right back, getting a snack too." I'm just eating some grapes here. Thank you to Belrix for the $3 tip. King d5 looks logical here to hit the knight and try to win the pawn. Although King d5, knight e5, maybe rook a2, king e6 ideas. Still not easy for black to win, although it should be. It should be technically winning for black. You don't want to go c3 because takes allows rook c2. Tuna crisps, dark chocolate, and grapes. The dinner of champions. That's what you eat when you haven't eaten any food all day long. That's what you do when you haven't eaten all day long. Maybe h5 takes king f5. Okay, now a4, a3 is begging to be played. But this still, I feel like Wei Yi was winning, and now it doesn't feel. I'm sure Wei Yi still has winning chances, but it's getting tricky. Rook a2, a3, king d5 maybe. Then knight c1. Maybe it's still winning. Maybe. Because if rook c2, you have a3, rook c4, a2, and your knight covers the c1 square because white can't go back. So it's probably still winning here. Obviously a3. Knight c1. Okay, knight c1. Really nasty tactic with rook c1, knight c1, rook c1, bishop d2, rook d2, a2, because the knight will support the pawn, and it will also cut off this idea with rook d1 to cover a1. Knight c1 is really nasty, but knight b2 is also good enough because the knight shields the bishop and the knight work really well. You're threatening to take; it supports the pawn. The rook has no squares. The king can't really do much, and now you have time to play this way. Thank you, Prox 1000 Staples, for the 3-month resub. Thank you so much. Okay, takes rook a3, c3 obviously is winning. Maybe you can try to get. Can you try to get rook c6 and get? No, it's too late because you just go f5. Just f5, e5, f5, and it just you don't even get bishop and knight against king. So we've got a Slav this game from Wei Yi, probably e6. Okay, he decides to play the dc4, bishop f5. Okay, Jorden plays e4. This is the pawn sack. Probably bishop e2 like Magnus played against Yu Yangi in Norway. Helrick says, it's a shame you don't read the tip comments. Unfortunately, I'm on my laptop, so it's a little bit too small. It's a little bit too small on OBS on my laptop. At home, I would be able to, but I'm actually not able to on my laptop with this setup with OBS because it's so small. If there is a comment, just write it in the chat, and I will actually read it though. For sure, I'll read it. Okay, e5, knight d5 played. What do I invest in? Mainly real estate and stocks. I mean, you can't really do bonds anymore because you just get no return. I mean, the 10-year I think is it around 2 still? I haven't looked at the 10-year recently. I assume the 10-year is probably even off today based on Jerome Powell speaking to the Fed. This position is not going well. There are e6 ideas, knight g5 ideas. Really, really ugly position here for Joppy. But yeah, I mean, the 10-year I think it's around 2%. I haven't looked lately, but it's not high. I mean, you get no yield from anything, so like yeah, I mean, I'm not really going to talk much about stocks. S&P did hit 3K earlier. I did see that, of course. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is that my biggest holdings are BHC, GE, MU, and AT&T. Those are my 4 biggest holdings, and beyond that, I'm not really going to comment in terms of specific stuff that I own. Okay, maybe Bishop E2, Queen E2. Although I would say MU is very synthetic because I did very brilliantly buy a 35-40 call spread for 95 cents for July 19th. So I basically bought it for 95 cents. So I got better than 4-1 odds. Micron is again up 3% today. So I'm going to make over 400% on that trade. I also do own a lot of stock that I bought at, I want to say, about 33.50 average maybe. So I'm up quite a bit there. GE I bought I think at $8 if I remember correctly. So doing quite well on GE. So knight C3, probably BC3 here. Maybe Bishop E2, Queen E2. Yeah, Michael, and I bought it at $8. I'm not one of those guys, one of those hedge fund guys who's like buying GE at $20 or something. Queen D5 here. Maybe takes and Queen G4 makes sense. Maybe F3, Rook H5. E6 should have 94 or knight H7. Really, really nice position here. Do I use Robinhood? No. I mean, I would like to use Robinhood for stocks, but the problem is then I would have no margin to trade options. So for that reason, I just trade with Fidelity. I'd rather pay $5 to trade stocks and have options trading than to, you know, have everything with zero commission and not be able to really trade options. Okay, so Jordan's in a deep think here. Thank you, V. Torsvik, for the 2-month resub. Queen C8, Knight F7. Good night, my friend. Game over. That's not going to get it done, Jordan. Okay, Jordan resigns. He loses a 3rd game in a row. So Wei is starting to pull away now. We've got a Hikaru Khan here. This is where Jordan really needs to stop the bleeding. What do I use again? I use Fidelity. Fidelity, like the greatest company to ever come out of Boston. Even though I dislike Boston, I do like the companies in Boston. Okay, so H4 played here. This is, wait, what is this? A4. I'm not familiar with A4. A4 and H4, very unusual moves by Jordan. Yes, very interesting. You're right. You can do stocks with Robinhood and then options. But the problem is then you don't have your whole balance. So your margin is significantly less. And you also can't do certain trades. For example, I don't like to just do spreads specifically. I also like to do some ratio trades from time to time as well. So, and you can't really do that if you don't have any, if you don't have, what's F all about? F what? Am I not here or something? What's F all about? I'm seeing F. Everyone's typing F. What's going on? Am I not here? What's going on? Am I not here? Okay, you guys are just trolling me again with F. Ah, it's so funny. Ah, it's so funny. F is for Fjord. I like that. That's a good one. F is for Jordan. Ah, okay. Oh, did he get disconnected? I don't know. Anyway, I like the opening here by Jordan. Very Frenchish sort of position. He got this pawn chain with the C3 to E5 and H5 played, so that's favorable. Same time, he doesn't have Bishop D3 because this pawn chain restricts development. But this should be better for white long term. Like Knight H4, F4, F5, maybe G4 too. But some kind of kingside expansion will be coming later on. Like Bishop A3 here. Get rid of this dark square bishop if you can. But Queen A5 kind of kills that. Because now if takes, there's Queen C3 with check. Can't really go Queen D2 because then I take and you have problems with your Rook on A1. Yeah, Bishop A3 is not the right move by Jordan. He's in trouble again. It's really started to go downhill for Jorden in the last couple of games. Maybe you can play King D2 if you're going to be really cheeky, but I'm worried about Bishop A3, Rook A3, B5, and then if you don't take, there's B4. If you do take, you hang the Rook on A3, so... Yeah, I don't like what Jordan's done at all here. This is not good. Not good. Yeah, King D2 is a funny move here, but I think after takes and B5, it's just bad for white. So I'm just concerned, very concerned here for Jorden. Actually, how much time those of you who actually are following, how much time do we have until they start playing 3-1? I know it's an hour and a half, but they didn't start right at 11 o'clock, so they probably have what, like another 20 minutes or so, am I guessing? Maybe another 20 minutes is my guess. Something like that. Okay, so he castles here. Now it's hard. You want to go Rook H4, F4, but you kind of need to castle. But you wasted tempo. You let black at Queen A5 and castles in one go because you lost the tempo with Bishop A3, B2. You also don't like the Bishop on B2. Much prefer it on D2 with this long diagonal. So I like what's happening for Wei here. Okay, again, not Wei, sorry. Jorden seems to be obsessed with trading these dark square bishops. Thank you, Underdog S, for the 5-month resub. Thank you so much. I don't really understand what Jordan's doing here. So obviously what you should take, I guess, but you've wasted, what'd you do? 1, 2, 3. You went like Bishop A3, Bishop B2, back to A3. So 3 tempi to trade the bishops. Obviously if you can attack here it makes sense, but you can't really attack because you can't easily double your rooks on the B5. It goes A5. I think black can maybe take and go B6, but you can also just play G6 because you have these rooks here, you're eyeing the king. Queen covers the squares on this diagonal, so G6 makes sense too. Maybe B6 here. Norway's the best ever commented. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the compliment. Really, really, really appreciate it. Now this, on the other hand, this is a big grape. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this feels like a really, really big grape. Okay, Queen E7, Knight D2. Obviously, Jorden plans to sack on C4 and put a knight on D6. Or sack on A7. He needs to do something really, really fast on the queen side here. Hikaru is ridiculous. Thank you so much. B5, nice move. Support the pawn. No sack coming now. Also long-term B4. Maybe King B7 and A5 coming. $495 plus 65 for Ameritrade. I used to use Ameritrade way back in the day. I think the actual best options prices are on with interactive brokers, I think. But again, it's marginal, and I don't trade options all the time. If I trade all the time, then it would matter. But at the moment, I'm not trading all the time. So I did actually do a play in calls on the S&P today, though. I will add. So okay, Rook A6, maybe King B7 here. Queen G5 looks interesting too, to try to force queens off the board. Because if Queen F7, you have Rook F8 to hit the queen, so there are no shenanigans with like a sack and some kind of mate up here. So Queen G5. You have to negotiate better options pricing. Well, I'm sorry, Chessbit, that I'm not super rich. What can I say? That's just how it goes. Okay, Bishop F3, maybe Knight E4 is coming. He really wants to open up this diagonal and sack. He's got 2 rooks on A6, eyeing this diagonal. I don't like king b7 here because knight e4 is a very dangerous move. Yeah, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict a very nice tactical win for Jorden. Knight e4 is coming. Knight, $1 million isn't rich. I mean, in the finance world, $1 million is not rich. In the finance world, you have to have like, you probably have to have at least like 25 million to be considered a high net worth client or whatever the term is. But yeah. Okay, obviously you're going to go knight e4 here. No thoughts. Come on, Jorden, just do it. Knight e4. Do it. Just do it. Just do it, Jorden. Knight e4. Good. Okay, you've got rook a2. Got rook c6. You've got rook a7. Okay, I mean, I think you just have to sack and plop this knight on d6. Just stick it right in there on d6. Really, really nice square. This knight on d6 is like an amazing piece. Just stick it in there, man. Knight d6. All in. Thank you, Feline99999 for the 7-month resub. Yeah, just knight d6 here. Why is Jorden thinking? Dr. Dragniski says, I would love to have this position with white. First of all, good afternoon, Dania. Congrats on finishing second place in Arena Kings. I thought d6 was better because it hit f7 and b5. I mean, still after queen c1, queen a, or sorry, after queen c1, queen a3, there's maybe bishop d5 and e6. That's probably too much, but I thought the knight was better on d6 than on c5 here. Although here you got all kinds of tricks coming. Queen a5. But see, the knight had to have been better here because it was hitting more points. It was hitting more points. Here it's just hitting this. But now king b6. The knight beat in queen a5, right. And king d7. I don't know. The knight was better on d6 for sure. Yeah, the knight was definitely better. Because here you don't have the access points from c5 the way you did on d6. I assume you go like rook c8 and king e8, try to run away here. Although I guess the idea is to play knight b4 and win the pawn. But then king d8, it's not so easy. Thank you, it's spelled wrong. Thank you for the 4-month resub. Yeah, see, this is the kind of the problem. The knight really belonged on d6, not c5. It's just so many access points in a way that don't exist now. And after king e8, yeah, after king e8, you've got nothing because now I'm even threatening queen a6. Not bishop a6 because of mate, but rook b8. Now you've run out of steam. Like now you've completely run out of steam. Just queen b6 or rook a8 actually would be the good move. You're up by 4 points. It's best to try and take any danger out of the position rather than try to win. So very nice move, rook a8, and now you just take the danger out, and then you just try to consolidate and just not lose because you're up 4 games, and it's important just not to lose. That's much more important than winning. Just make Jorden feel really bad about failing to win. And now you've got queen b7. Also, look at this bishop behind this wall of pawns. No access. You don't even have g5 here. So, yeah, this is the sort of game that I'd have against Daniel, where basically I'm losing the whole way. Then I trick Daniel, and it's like, at some point, Daniel's like, unbelievable, just unbelievable. Always has some trick, just unbelievable. Because this is so typical of a game I would play against Daniel, where he gets some crushing attack, he's down an exchange or something but crushing, and then he finds some way to mess it up, and it's always like, it's just unbelievable. Although, let's look at the times actually, guys. Times are very low, so this is not a guarantee. D-E, take with the D. Oh, no! You're supposed to take with the D pawn and go F5. No! No. Okay, bishop C6, of course. But see, this bishop has no squares. You so needed the break with F5 here. Like, now you can just kind of sit back and forth. You just chill. Queen D7. And he's obviously going to go for, but just b4. Okay, b4 is playable, but I mean, at this point, if I'm Wei Yi, I'm just trying to repeat and make the draw. Yeah, like queen e7, or maybe king g8, although he's trying to get queen d8, I guess. Okay, queen d7. Maybe there was some g5. No, but g5, h6 takes, and king g7. Obviously, you've got to try g5 at some point here. I mean, you've got to go g5. Like, now queen e7 again. See, with the d pawn, he would have f5, and now it's just like, now queen e3 or bishop c6. Okay, is this a draw here? You've got a check, block. You've got check or check. King h2, queen f4, and queen c1, bishop f1, queen e3. Queen e3. Obviously check. Obviously check. You just keep checking on the dark squares, and it's just a draw. Just a repetition. Queen e1 was easier, but this is a draw too. Very, very, very messy game. So there we go. So that's actually our first draw. So it's 5.5 to 2.5. So, okay, so next game we have another Slav, e4, Gambitville, bishop e2, e5 coming. What does a hair symbol mean? It's my name in kanji, my first name. Dr. Lona says in Texas, Austin. Great city, way too expensive though. Probably going to play for e5, knight e4 at some point. a6. I guess he wants c5, but this looks very dubious. I'm worried about e5, knight e4. Worried about everything involving e5 or d5 even maybe. Okay, b3. I don't like this. b4 now, and b4 and c3. There's still knight a4, knight c5 maybe. But you have to go b4 here as black. Not even a question. Just played b4 right away. Okay, e5, knight d5, probably knight e4. Try to control all the dark squares. Try to go knight g5, bishop g5 maybe. So, I mean, this looks fine for white, but this is the position that you want. Dr. Dragoninsky says, don't let me hear the words absurd housing market unless you're from SF. And Austin is pretty absurd. I would say after New York and San Francisco, I mean, all of New York City and San Francisco, Austin probably is the third most ridiculous market, I have to say. Like, California and New York take the cake, but Austin, not even just as a state, but as a city, Austin is pretty insane. I mean, the prices in Austin are just crazy. Prices are going up in Austin. Nashville's and other places gotten a little bit insane, too. Of course, neither of them really compare to New York or San Fran. It's a nice place to live. Austin's fine. I mean, when you're there during like city limits or South by Southwest, it all gets a little bit too crazy for me. But that's just my thought. 96 maybe. Colorado's expensive. I don't think it's crazy. Denver's getting expensive. Obviously, if you go out to like Aspen or what's the other, like if you go to Aspen, Snowmass, that whole area, it's way too expensive. But yeah, Colorado's not in the same. Yes, you're right. Boulder. I forgot about Boulder. Yes, Boulder is ridiculous. I agree. Boulder is ridiculous. Yes, Boulder is just just crazy. I've been to Boulder quite a few times and I like it, but it's nuts. So the pricing for Boulder, I mean, you could buy like 2 or 3 houses in somewhere like Florida for the cost of a single house in Boulder. It's insane. Okay, so knight e6 is played. So we've got a big sack here of takes. There's what? Queen d6, queen e7, knight d6 check, king d8, knight b7, queen b7, like bishop g5 or even queen e5. Very messy, but it should be good for white. Thank you, Old Jarhead, for the 4-month resub. Okay, so if takes, you definitely want to trade. Queen d7 is actually a very good move here by Jorden. He might even just be winning because the material here, he's up 2 pawns right now. So Wei's gone all in on the attack, but he doesn't really have a good continuation. End of 2019, what is higher, the S&P or Magnus's ELO? I mean, it's got to be the S&P. I mean, the S&P is what, 290? What is the S&P at right now? S&P precisely this moment is at 2992. Yeah, I mean the S&P, but end of the year actually is interesting. Yeah, like I don't. That's a very tough question. End of the year. I mean, I'm gonna say the S&P end of the year. I'm gonna say end of the year. That's a very tough question. I don't actually know how I feel about that. That's what it's like. It's like what are we talking? We're talking like 100 points basically. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough question. Because I mean, 100 points in the S&P is what, like 3.5? It's like what, 3.5? I think 3.5%. Of course, if we get the rate cuts, we'll probably still go higher. I mean, you see 290, 299, 2993. I just have Yahoo Finance open in another window, so I don't know for sure. I mean, that's a really tough question. I would still say the S&P though, because I think the S&P still has room to run a little bit on the upside, not much, a little bit. Whereas I don't think Magnus has the same upside. His upside relative to the downside in the S&P, I think is not really the same. So okay, so White's down a pawn. He's got double H pawns. If Black can finish development, castle one of these sides, he'll just be better. But yeah, I would say it's tough. I mean, either Magnus is. I would say either it's not even going to be close, or Magnus is going to be way ahead. That's what I would say. So take that for what you will. But I think that's the comment that I would say. Okay, now you just castle short, obviously, because of knight e7, you just take. So you should just castle short. I don't know why Jorden is thinking here. But yeah, it's either going to be really close or not close at all. I mean, like, because I feel like either Magnus is going to be way higher, or Magnus is going to just be like, you know, way lower. One or the other. Okay, so rook d1 is played. Probably rook e8 here, maybe. Maybe just knight g6, maybe to keep it safe and simple. Knight g6 idea, knight f4. Seems reasonable. Rook e8 might allow knight d6, but you maybe can trade. You can trade and go knight c3. Yeah, you can trade and go knight c3 to hit the rook on the bishop. So it should be maybe the bishop b2. Then you've got knight f4 because now your rook supports the bishop, and you activate this bishop where it hits the knight on e4. But yeah, I would say S&P should be higher. But I mean, there's no you never really know what's going to happen. Okay, so exactly what I suggested happens. Trade, knight c3 played, of course. Knight e8, you maybe can even just take, or just knight e2. But yeah, knight e2, knight c1. You're up a clean pawn. White's got double H pawns. Technically, this should be winning. I think we're going to get a rally. I think we're going to get a short-term rally. If the Fed cuts by 0.5 on the 31st, on July 31st when the Fed meets again, we're going to get a very big spike up. If they cut by 0.5, I think we're going to get a rate cut of 0.25%. If they do 0.5%, though, then we're going to get a massive rally into the start of August. But yeah, I don't think we're cutting by 0.5. We're going to be cutting by a quarter probably. Okay, knight f4 played, king f3. You can go back. You can takes king g3, traps the knight. So just drop the knight back to e6. Of course, makes a lot of sense here. Jordan's also up a clean minute on the clock as well, so it's pretty good. Powell's very dovish this morning. Then why aren't we up more? It looks like we've sold off the highs, which is actually kind of annoying. We sold off the highs, which is not ideal. So knight d6 played. Rook d8, yeah, like knight e5 maybe. Maybe knight h4 is playable here, or just h6. Just create a square here, yeah. King g3, probably knight e7 here, knight f5 ideas. This is obviously very, very good for... oh, is there knight f5? Takes knight e7, just king f8 is fine. So you can't go knight f5. So you're just going to go rook d8. If knight c8, same, just rook d1. Yeah, just rook d1. It makes no difference. Just rook takes d1. Oh, do we actually have minutes coming out or not? Someone said FOMC in a couple of minutes. I thought there was just a test. I thought he was just appearing before Congress. So rook c1 played, just king d7 maybe, rook d8 maybe. Zachary Cat says I used to listen to Martin Shkreli for finance info until they locked me up. Don't worry, you guys. I'm not getting locked up anytime soon. Haven't done anything illegal. 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. Eastern, right? It's like 1 p.m. Eastern, I think, in a second. Okay, I don't like this now. Rook c6. What is Jorden doing? I guess rook a6, rook h3, rook b6, rook h2, rook b5 is still winning, but you got double pawns, and white's going to end up with an outside a pawn. So I don't like the way that Jordan's playing this. Do something illegal. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in going to jail, you guys. Zeldaska says, every criminal says he's innocent. Not a good sign. Funny. Very funny. Okay, so, wait, how's Jordan up 2 pawns? What did he just do? Why do you play rook a6? Just rook b7 and collect. What is this? Now he's just down 2 pawns, and now you get rook h5, you support the pawn, and now you put the rook on f5. Maybe knight g5, knight f7, actually. Because if you move the knight, you get some bishop d4. There could be some issues here. Okay, now... Actually, knight h7, knight f6 looks very solid. But now you go rook f5 and run the h-pawn. Knight supports the h-pawn all the way down the board. And that should be all she wrote, just h5, h4, h3. Although maybe it's still not so easy, because this pawn is very far outside relative to knight. Knight can't get back to 8 very easily. So, not so easy. So, rook b5. Oh, wow, he does just take. So, what, he's going to go g5? No, what is he doing? This is insane. This is absolutely quite insane. Okay, now that was probably a bad move because that's an extra tempo. You can probably go h3, g3. Oh, no. Is Jordan going to lose this? Is Jordan going to lose here? Uh-oh. a4. a5. King b6. Ay. What is Jordan doing? He had such a winning position. No. Now you just moved the bishop away. No. What are you doing, Jordan? No. Maybe h3? h3, knight b4, knight. No, but it doesn't work. a7. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he's gonna lose. Oh. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I mean. Oh, and of course that's the last game. Now there's a break. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was, Yeah, that's true, actually. That's the sort of game I would have won against Daniel, too. That's also the sort of game I would have won against Daniel. That's a good point. Yes, that is true. That is the sort of game I would have won against Daniel as well, yeah. Yeah, because I would have survived all this, gotten to the bishop endgame. But yeah, that's, oh man, so brutal though. Like, you can't lose this. That's why I didn't like knight f3. I thought knight h7 was very safe because you can put the knight on f6, put the rook on f5, and at least here your knight is much closer to the center. I mean, it's definitely winning after knight f3, but whew, brutal. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right, you guys. Well, we have a break, so I'm going to run to the restroom, and I will be back in about 1 minute. Dr. Dragoninski says it's a nice hotel. This bed looks comfy. It's a nice bed, yeah, but I am, after all, on my own here. So, I did sleep about 11 hours last night, so can't complain. I did sleep like 11 hours last night. It was really, really comfortable. The room looks nice. It's good. It is quite small, though. That's the only drawback. It is, right, made a little more coffee. Thank you, Omu Ashromo, for the 4-month resub. Thank you so much. Didn't hear the washing of the hands. It's in the other room in the back there, you guys. Okay, good. It looks like we're more rallying the markets. Netflix is down. All is good in the world. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the break should be ending soon. So we're going to start playing 3-1. It's completely fine, but there's no room service. That's why. European hotels are not always tiny, only sometimes. Not always. Not always tiny. Not always tiny. Someone asked me Stranger Things Season 3. I only watched Season 1 and the start of Season 2, so I'm not there. I heard from other people I know that it was pretty terrible. But, not sure. Haven't watched it, so I don't have an informed opinion. Yeah, actually, I was going to say this hotel does remind me of Japan, but luckily there aren't going to be any earthquakes here. But, yeah. Nice and hot. So, all right, you guys. So we're end of 5-1. Wei is up by 4 points. 3-1 is where I feel that Jorden has the biggest chance to outplay Wei. So expecting big stuff from Jorden in the 3+1, especially if he wants to come back in this match. Zeldaska says, was I ever in one of those hotels where they give you a coffin to sleep in? By coffin, I assume you mean like the you mean the capsule hotels in Japan, I assume? I've never stayed in a capsule hotel. I think that I would lose my mind. Libertarian Boy says, do you watch Billions, the TV show? Of course I've watched Billions. Great show. Big fan. Any tennis fans here? Yes, I'm a big tennis fan, but we are covering chess, so I have not checked in on what Roger is doing today. I heard he was losing the first set. He lost the first set. He won the second and third set. 1-1-40 all in the fourth set, it looks like. So I assume Roger's going to find a way to win. Did Rafa already play? Rafa is playing right now. He won the first at 7-5 against Sam Querrey. So, okay, so it looks like we're headed for the semifinal between Roger and Rafa. I expect I mean, I do expect Rafa to beat Roger if they meet in the finals, even if it's on grass. I still feel that at this point, Rafa's played better than Roger. He also has had arguably the tougher draw, having played Kyrgios and played someone else good in the third round, someone dangerous. I forget who he played in the third round, but he played someone dangerous in the third round too. I thought he played Joe Willie actually. So Rafa's had the tougher draw. He's done better. He beat Roger at the French Open. So I think Rafa's a favorite objectively, but anything can happen. If Roger has to play 5 sets today, that also I think gives Rafa a bigger advantage too. Although personally, I think it's kind of irrelevant because I think Novak is going to beat either one of them in the final. So that's my guess. That's my prediction. So, okay, so we're still on a break, I guess. Haven't started up yet. So, okay, we're still waiting. They're still on a break. Meantime, as I was saying, I'll move back over and take a quick look what's happening. Nothing very exciting. Oracle's another stock I've noticed that continues to go up almost every day ever since earnings. Looking at maybe as a short at some point potentially. Right now, my big short prospects, I am actually short Netflix. I'm looking to get short Roku at some, or Roku is how you pronounce it. Looking to get short Roku at some point as well. E4, C6 played, Knight F3 played, D5 played. Okay, so we've got another one of these like A4, H4, or no, this time Joppy plays D4, not A4. VC3, C5 played. D takes C5, probably E6 here. What do I think of Slack? I mean, I use Slack. I don't know why it has the valuation it has. I must be missing something because I don't think there are ads built into Slack as far as I can tell. Maybe there's some advantages to a subscription model that I don't understand, but Slack seems like it's very good. Slack seems very, very good to use, but I don't understand how it has the valuation it has. Because it's completely fine to use, but I don't really see where are they making revenue exactly off of Slack. Because everybody uses Slack, but it other than being able to like say transfer files, I don't see an actual advantage, and I don't really see how do you generate revenue because you don't have ads as far as I can tell. It seems weird to me, but. Anyway, Bishop E3 played. I just don't understand Slack. I know that everyone uses Slack. I mean, even I'm in Slack. Chess.com uses Slack. So, I mean, maybe Chess.com pays some money to use it. I don't know, but it just seems I don't really understand it. To me, it doesn't make sense. Okay, Bishop E7 played, so Joppy's deep in the tank here. Not really sure why. Okay, so Queen D2, probably castles. But castles you Bishop H6. So, okay, Queen D2 makes sense. So people pay for, they pay for the storage space. So it's almost like it's like Google, like Gmail having that space, but you're paying for the storage. Okay. So then it's different than say Azure or AWS where you're paying for pure space, which you just use to store stuff. Okay. So it's different than cloud. Okay. Okay, so Bishop B5 played. Okay, I like Knight A5 here. Try to put the knight on C4, take advantage of the double C pawns. Makes a lot of sense. Knight D4. Obviously, you're going to take to put the knight on C4. I don't like Knight D4 here. Really don't like Knight D4 because once you concede the C4 square, it's smooth sailing for black. I mean, again, I don't know a lot about Slack. It just seems weird to me that it has the valuation it has. So I don't really understand it. Once black gets knight C4, this is technically just, or not technically, positionally just lost for white. So I'm worried for Jorden. This is not the start that Jorden can be hoping for. Knight c4 is almost a gimme. a6 might allow some knight d6 trickiness. So I would just go knight c4, knight c4, queen g4, and then just like g6 maybe. I don't really think queen g4 is a huge threat. So castle. Okay, so companies pay to use it. Again, very questionable to me. Even when I go on YouTube these days, I always see ads for other sites. Like there's a site called Monday.com. I always am seeing ads on YouTube for that. I'm sure there are other companies that have similar things, similar products as well. So I think there's a lot of competition. I don't really believe in it. I think it's crazy that it has the valuation it has, but there is a good chance I just don't understand it as well. Okay, knight d6. So trying to activate this bishop on the diagonal if black takes, so then you get mating threats. If knight c4, bishop d4, f5. Okay, he goes rook g8. Even rook g8 is fine because you're just going to collect the pawn and put the knight on f5. And I think it's already just losing again for white. So it looks to me like it's already bad for so it looks pretty bad for Jorden again. I'm hoping he can find a way, but yeah, I mean, I don't understand Slack evidently. I mean, but it seems insane. It's just hard for me to believe that you can have such a valuation. Okay, queen e6. Maybe you can take and go queen c4, but on takes, I probably just sidestep and then you lose a bishop. But it's now or never for Jorden here. If he doesn't get an attack in the next 2 moves, black's just going to move the queen and consolidate. And this bishop is terrible. Knight's great. You've got double C pawns, and it should just be winning. Probably e5. Yeah, I do know that Slack is big for developers because I do know quite a few people working at startups who do. Why am I short Netflix? I'm going short Netflix in anticipation of bad earnings. Stock has not moved very much. Earnings are coming up, I believe, maybe it's just next Thursday, a week, or next Wednesday, a week from today. Stock hasn't moved much. I think they're running out of steam. I think there's a lot of competition. Disney is coming online soon with a lot of new content. So I'm really not believing in Netflix, not believing in the growth story at the moment. I think Disney is going to be a huge problem for Netflix going forward, and I don't expect to see good subscriber numbers. Also, Netflix is trying to force you into using ads. I think. Okay, he wants queen c4 here for k7. Queen e6 looks like a nice little simple endgame move. Just force queens off, win a2, and of course Wei Yi finds it. Wei Yi is just way too good at chess, and this is just game over. It just takes rook a2. Down a pawn, golden knight on c4, very ugly double pawns. So yeah, bishop b4, rook a8, h3, probably rook a1, rook c1. As if the market hasn't already anticipated this. Yes, well, you can say that about any stock. You can say that about Micron too, but the Micron's gone up 20% in the last 3 weeks. So not everything is always priced in correctly. But yes, Netflix, I thought Netflix was they were going to force you into having to watch ads, I thought. I recall reading an article on that. Rook c2 is just winning, by the way. So we have another win for Wei Yi. So this is really starting to get out of hand really in a hurry, actually. I thought this was going to be very close, but it seems to be all Wei Yi. He's won, I think he's won like 5 out of the last 6 games. That was just a beautiful... The technique by Wei Yi in that game was absolutely exquisite. So knight a6, bishop e3. We've got a King's Indian here. So Joppy now is down by a lot. So now he's trying to get very aggressive and take bigger risks instead of playing the Grunfeld. I do like the approach by Wei Yi here, by Jorden basically taking big risks here because he is weighed behind and he needs something to jumpstart him at this point. But yes, Netflix is they're trying to force you into watching something, or not watch something, but they're trying to force you into having to pay for ads, even if you're what was I going to say? Even if you're a subscriber. So obviously white wants to trade on c5 and get a jumbo knight on e4 here, but white's played b3, so diag is open if you ever take with e4. A4, b4, no good continuation. You really don't want to take the knight. Don't want to play f4. Maybe you go knight a6 to go knight b4. It's a tough position here. I don't like what Jordan's done again in this game. It's getting ugly really fast. Yeah, 7.5, 2.5. I mean, ever since we started off 2-2, it's just gotten worse and worse for Jordan. Okay, so b4. So he's trying to get. Yes, I like b4 because now at least on takes. If takes b5, at least white started to overextend his pawns here. So I like what Jordan's done, forcing an a4, b4. The pawn on b3 was much better than b4 here. Not elusive says I watched it had to be here. Well, yes, but I think Twitch is different than Netflix. But with Netflix, like you log in to watch actual programming. Okay, b5 played. So you would really like to put the knight on d6 here. Your bishop is kind of ugly. It's behind this wall of pawns, no axes. Maybe f3 here is an interesting sacrifice just to activate the bishop. Actually, f3 knight c4 makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Peter Jew 31 for the 8-month resub. Don't like a3. I thought f3 was better to try and play for tactics and activate the bishop. Oh, whoa. What just happened? Oh, whoops. Sorry, what was that? Oh, sorry, I just misclicked something. Sorry about that. Just misclicked it. Okay, so he does get an f3. Bishop g4, f3, queen d3 played. So probably bishop h6 here makes sense. Okay, knight a4 played. Trying, I guess, to get the knight on b2. White should obviously trade. But again, at long term, this doesn't look good because even if you get the rook to b4, it's never getting in. I'm going to put the knight on b3 and just like double on the g file and just kill you over here. I mean, the rook is really not getting to b2, so I don't like this. Like rook g, maybe king c2 first just to avoid bishop h6 tricks, and then put the knight on b3 and just go all in. Rook g4, rook g1, and just like massacre him on the g file. Okay, so he grabs the pawn. This I don't like, because now rook b2 is actually a very real threat. Maybe rook f3 doesn't quite work. Maybe just queen f7? Actually, queen f7, you've got rook g3 still. Darn. Okay, he goes queen f6, so white's going to go rook g3 here. Maybe takes... I don't know if you want to take first or not take. Okay, it does take. So obviously you have to play rook g3. Bishop is active now. Now there are tricks. These pawns can become very dangerous in an endgame down the road where you're trying to make a queen. So I like what Jordan's done here. I think there might be some things going on. Someone says lag. Again, I'm not dropping any frames, so I don't know what you mean by lag. Queen f4, going for the kill with queen c1 and queen b2. Very nice play by Jordan. After getting a position that I think was very suspect in this game, he's been very active, very precise, and I like what he's doing here. Okay, so queen c2, trying to hang on. Queen f3 doesn't quite work. It almost does. This still might be bad for black, but I like what Jordan's trying at least. But now just king b4 and come back in queen c3. It's just too little. It's just too little too late. Maybe bishop f4 here. Rook g4. Rook g3. Okay, try to make the draw here if you're Jordan. Like, desperately make the draw and move on. Galadriel says, Hikaru looking good today. Thank you so much, Galadriel. Thank you for that. Bishop h6. But then you move the knight to d3. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, looking bad. But Jorden does have more time. He's up 10 seconds. Again, I don't like it though because his bishop is planted now. You can never move it because you hang e5. And this diag is also killing you long term. Maybe just bishop h6 g7 to try for something. I mean, because white can even just take the pawn now. Knight e1, okay. Knight d3, bishop g7. Jordan's trying, but I think he's just losing. f4 looks incredibly strong here just to force an endgame. Rook g7 is probably okay. Even just king a3 even works. Oh, he does play f4. Brutal. Okay. So e5, knight d3, rook f3, king c2. Okay, rook f3 is forced. Now you get rook c3. Rook c3 maybe? Yes, rook c3. I like this. King b4, you just take. Maybe just take. I would have taken there. Maybe now you have to go. No, now it's too late. Jorden hung a3 and now he's busted. Now there's nothing he can really do. He's just lost. d6 is strong. Even just takes an a4. Rook f2 is also very annoying. But this is probably just winning here. White's up 2 pawns. Knight g5 was winning on the spot, I believe, because you had knight f7. Knight g5 is again winning on the spot. Again missed by Wei Yi. Rook f8, king h7, knight g5 also is winning on the spot. Okay, rook h4 probably. Rook h4, rook h4. Good move. Check. Go back. Make a check. Come on, Jorden. Oh, but now e5. d6, d7. Yeah. We're about to have another win. And king c4, brutal. Rook f7, game over. Absolutely brutal, brutal. It just keeps getting worse and worse for Jorden. He's now down 6 points, and we're only I mean, we still probably have like another 40 minutes of 3-minute left. Have I adopted these guys? No, I think against Jorden I've probably beaten him like 9-1. I don't think I think I've adopted Jorden in Bullet, but not in Blitz. Wei Yi, I think I've beaten him like 6 or 7 in a row, but I've never played him. I've never beaten him 10 in a row either. Okay, a3 played. Okay, so Wei Yi's taking a chance with the c5 line, so Jordan's going to get some attacking chances in this game. Will Jorden destroy in Bullet? He's a favorite in Bullet, but if he's behind by so many points right now that I don't really see it happening. But if he's within, I would say if he can get it back to 3 or 4, he's got a shot in Bullet. He needs to get it down to 3 or 4. With 4, I think he's got a chance in Bullet. Anything more than 4, I don't see it happening. How's it going, Mr. Christopher Wainscott? Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon in Janesville, Wisconsin. Hope you're enjoying your profits from Red Hat as well. Okay, so bishop b2, probably knight d2 next move. Okay, so takes, probably just knight d2, knight b3. But e5 is coming, e5. Maybe you can still play b5 and takes, though. Still feels iffy, but maybe it's okay. Thank you, Pitor 4K, for the 5-month resub. Thank you so much. Time flies when you're having fun. Thought it'd be more like 3 months. Thank you so much. a6. Okay, so he stops b5. He wants to go e5. Takes. I like this. He's going to play queen e2. If queen g6, probably just like knight b3, and you play for knight c5 or knight d4. Try to grab a stranglehold on this e5 square. Okay, knight b3 is good. Okay. c4 is also probably good. I like knight b3 more because it was more traditionally positional. c4 is also good, of course, but there might be some tricks now. Because even if you trade here, then this bishop becomes active. So like that's why I didn't like the c4, because it does that. But b5 is a nice move. Okay, now you get knight e5. Now you're back in the driver's seat. Put the knight on f3. Put the no, don't hang b5. It's still even despite hanging b5, these two knights are really good, so it's still quite good. Hits the pawn on e6. I mean, this should be very good for white, but you're down a pawn, and you've only really got this one outside pawn. If you ever lose this pawn, you're never going to win any long-term endgame with these kingside pawns. So, there's now rook a4 even. Rook a4 looks annoying. This looks really bad. Really bad for Jorden. I'm kind of worried that he's gonna mess this up. P is for Potts. Says, Hillary, have you ever been to Memphis? First of all, my name is not Hillary. Thank you very much. But yes, of course I've been to Memphis. I've been to Beale Street several times. What's the place with the Hurricanes? I forgot. Is it like Pat O'Brien's or something? I've been there before. I've had some good ribs as well. So I've been to Memphis several times. Yes, I've been to Memphis before. I've been to Memphis. Hillary is autocorrect. Yes, I know. Can black maybe get away with... No, queen h5, queen g5. There's some knight f7 check and a queen e8 checkmate. So you can't be that bold with queen h5. Knight h5. Actually, isn't white down? White's just down 2 pawns now. And he's going to be down a third. Well, I guess takes you rook c8 and queen h5, which is good. So at least he's trying to do something, but he's down 2 pawns. Knight f4 looks fine. Just go back to g6. Or wait, no, you can't. Sorry, then I take and you hang the rook. Okay, so you've got to take and go queen h5. It's black's got 3 pawns, but white is blockading 2 of them with these 2 gigantic knights. So just queen g4, try to win the pawn, and then maybe long term try to put a rook on h3. Rook a4 is a good move. You don't have queen e6. Thank you, DK. Oh, he had queen e6 and knight f7 check. Queen e6, rook d4, knight f7 was winning. Knight e6, queen e6, no discoveries. So yeah, probably just knight f3 here. Unless, wait, can you take queen e6 and play like knight c4 maybe? Because then you're hitting the rook, you're threatening a mate. Oh, it's so close, but it doesn't look like there's actually a win there. So he just drops back, so probably rook e4. It's still not easy here. Jorden should be winning, but not easy. Probably you should just trade and put the knight back on e5. That seems like the most logical choice here. Okay, he goes g5. And if queen d7, I guess the idea is to play queen h5, h6, knight takes e6. Makes sense. Okay, so obviously you should go queen h. But queen h5, there's g6, queen h6, queen g7. So takes makes sense too. Queen g4, try to win this pawn, and e4 looks good. Liking what Jordan's doing here. I think he's going to finally stop the bleeding and win this game. That's my prediction. I think Jordan's going to stop the bleeding this game. Okay, queen takes e4, of course. Knight f8 is game over. Knight f8. Knight f8, come on, Jorden. Oh, no! Okay, but still winning. Queen g6 looks good. And now you're getting mate on f1. Unreal. And you're going to have to trade. But you have knight c5. Trade a knight c5. Knight c5. Win the pawn. Knight c5. What? What is knight b3? Now h5, h4. Now b5. I mean, although he just blundered. He let him get king f4. Now you win the pawn. It's still a draw though, because it's going to be two knights against the king. Just h4, and it's two knights against the king. Still a draw. Okay, c4, g6, another King's Indian, I guess. That was another huge miss by Jorden. Okay, we've got a Grunfeld this game, a Fianchetto Grunfeld. Castles, castles. Probably queen a5 here or a3. Okay. Again, I still like a3 here. Okay, knight c6 is played. I don't really love this. I think white has knight e5 now. Idea with knight d5 discoveries because you activate the bishop on g2. Okay, so queen a6. So if takes, you're going to take with the pawn, solidify your center. If white takes, you can just trade and win the pawn on d4 even. At Vidit Chess is in the house, apparently. Says, join the stream, especially when Jorden misses something simple. Yeah, I don't know where Vidit is in the world these days, but hope he's doing well. Hope everything is fine. I read that article about what happened in the Philippines. Absolutely insane. Hope everything is good. Do I trade penny stocks? No, I don't trade penny stocks. Okay, let's look. So it looks like we're back to the rally. 29.94.67, back up 0.5% in the S&P. Looking pretty good. Another Netflix is still red, which is always good. Looks like a pretty standard day. I think Amazon is back over 2K. Bishop g5, e6 played. So, very solid structure. Black's out the structure. He'd like to put pressure on his pawn. d4. White doesn't really have a good way to put pressure on the center. e4 is probably a little bit too loose in this position. Amazon's another stock that I try not to pay too much attention to if I can help it. Generally, I feel like they're very overpriced, and also the options are always very insane. Like having to do like 150 point wide, like is just too much. Okay, Federer won, not surprising. Beats Nishikori, moves into semis where he's going to get smoked by Rafa. Bishop takes e5 played. Even material, Black wants to go a3, try to win the rook on a1. Only issue is the bishop and the lack of coordination, so you don't really have access to d8. Okay, queen c2 just gives black bishop d7, bishop c6, which should be more than enough to draw. a3 maybe is playable, but I think bishop d7. Okay, just drop the bishop back. You let him get the bishop developed. Once you develop this bishop, it's all smooth sailing. You're just up a clean pawn. Isn't Jorden just up a clean pawn here, or am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clean pawn for Jorden here now. You don't want to blunder takes queen d8. Rook d8, bishop f8, bishop h6. That would be very, very painful. But Isekai says I made a nice trade on the DAX day. I mean, I don't trade foreign markets, and I never would. Because I think also when you start trading foreign markets, I recall when I tried to buy something on the LSE, on the LSE, and also I think like actually I can't trade the Italian one, but I was looking at the Italian market, and like it was like 15%, like some ridiculous 15% fee on top of actual like commissions and stuff, and it's just like you can't do that. And LSE there was some conversion I think as well. Rook d7 probably, bishop f6. Okay, it's just two clean pawns. Really, really nice. Maybe rook a4 here. Maybe just queen a4, rook d4. Probably not. Maybe, I don't know if I like bishop f8 because then there's rook d7. But again, a very nice position for Jorden. Should be winning. AZR Feet says trading Italian stocks. Yeah, I mean, it's upsetting because I wanted to trade one of the Italian banks and Testa Sao Paulo on the exchange in Milan, but I wasn't able to. And I think I wanted to buy it. What's it at? Let me see. I wanted to buy it when it was like below $1. I think it's now well north of $1. Let me see what it's at. Okay, queen b8. Yeah, it's at 203. I wanted to buy it like at $1.01, so I would have made like 100%, but I couldn't buy it. So I mean, what to do? That's just life. Okay, so we've got moves. Rook e5, takes, rook d8, rook c1, rook d5, rook e2, queen d6. King g2 played here. Probably rook f5 is good. c5 is good. Only thing is you don't want to end up in an endgame with a 4v3. If you end up in 4v3, it is technically a draw. Queen c6, probably rook f5 is coming. c4, rook c5. Plant both rooks on the c file and just run the c pawn up the board like rook c5 and just jam it up the board. Just jam this pawn down the board, run it to c1. This is, of course, completely winning for black. No, no! What? Come on. No, now he's gonna win. He's gonna lose. No. What is he doing? Just takes and king f6 right away. I mean, is this a draw maybe? Do you somehow have some backdoor draw? Oh, did Wei Yi just blunder this? Wei Yi just blundered right back. This was just completely over? Wei Yi blundered a draw. Okay, well that's kind of fitting. I mean, I'm out of words for that. That was just so ridiculous. That was so ridiculous. But at least Jorden gets a draw. But yeah, that was not good. Not good to say the least. Okay, so we're gonna get another Grunfeld. Yeah, this is, I mean, wow. So brutal. F5 King D4 is just losing, by the way, so that's why you couldn't throw an F5 check. And now we need to take a deep breath and relax after that disaster, because that was not good. That was not good. Not good at all. That was really, really bad. Okay, so queen a5, trying to win the pawn, pressure on this. Obviously, you just castle and play rook c1. But yeah, brutal, brutal. I mean, this has been really, really rough. Okay, rook c5, queen a2, black's with a pawn, same kind of stuff. White's trying to play for activity here. Active rook. Probably d5 here, I think, although I don't actually see a threat. You can't go b6, the knight's loose, so maybe you don't have to play d5 right away. But this does look very dangerous. Maybe e5 fall. No, but e5 you can't go d5 because you hang the pawn. But it looks like white should have something. Maybe bishop c1? Not sure, but it looks maybe even queen b1. Doesn't this just allow knight d4? Knight takes d4. Okay, good. Oh wait, no, Jordan's white, not black. Oh no, that's terrible. I was hoping Jordan was white or black this game. Oh no. Knight d4, queen c5. Rook f8, rook c8, knight d4, queen c5. Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Okay, rook b5. Now you just move the bishop back to like g7. Do I always root for the underdog? Not always, but I mean, I've got... Okay, obviously black should just take to take away any danger. F5, F5's okay, but I'm worried that long term, there are ideas like knight f7 or rook d1 and rook d7. I'm sure it's still really, really good for white, or for black, I mean, but... Well, now it's just good, because now you have bishop a6. Probably you have to go rook d5. Now just bishop a6 or bishop b7. Just down 2 pawns. You've got a weakness here. 2 connected for the win. Not to mention the bishop covers the square. This is just unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, more than rooting for the underdog, you want a match to be close. He definitely want a match to be really, really close, and it's just not turning out that way, unfortunately. I mean, Joppy is just getting smoked. Rook c2 is really strong here. c2, queen b3. Rook b2, queen d1. So, okay, he's trying to get queen d1, queen c4. What a nasty move! Just forcing an exchange of queens, otherwise you drop the rook. And once you take, you're just down 2 clean pawns. I put the bishop on f6, support e7, escape square on g7, and now this pawn just going bye birdie all the way down to a1, and it's game over. Just a1, bishop. King g7. Game over. This looks like game over. Yeah, bye birdie, exactly. This is just game over. So that's 4-1. So what, 10.5, 3.5, 7 points. This is going to be not very close, shall we say. I think this match is already pretty much over, honestly. Yeah, I am losing a little bit of interest because 7 points. So it's like every game it just seems like it just gets, every game seems to get worse for Jordan. Do I have any books with you on the trip? I have this little thing that we call an iPad as well as a Kindle. So I do generally try to read when I'm on the road. Reading is the most important thing you can do in life, so I try to read as much as I can. Again, I have a bad feeling for Joppy or Jordan at c5 maybe. Maybe just rook d1. Maybe even just h3 to stop this idea with bishop g4 trading and then putting a knight on d4. Okay, he gives him bishop g4 anyway. So really you want to go knight e6. You want to take and put the knight on e6 and then on d4. Bishop d6. Right now I'm reading, what's the book called? It's the second book in that series. The second book in the I took a long break from it. It's the second book in the Takeshi Kovacs series. Let me try to remember what the second book is. It's called Broken Angels. Yes, Broken Angels. I'm reading the second book of the Takeshi Kovacs series. So takes knight g5 maybe? Maybe Jordan's finally going to get on the board. Knight f3, king g2, and what exactly? Guess takes king f3, queen e5, but I can just trade and go rook c1. Even though he blundered here, it's still good. Even though I'm pretty sure that that way he made a slight mistake and miscalculated, it's still good for him. Oh, he blundered queen h3. Should have just gone king g2 and been content with a draw. Now it gets messy because now you're losing the pawn. Maybe queen h5. Their ideas with takes, and then queen h5 to collect the rook on d1. So this king on f3 is a little bit uneasy, but I guess knight e2 is a good move. You obviously can't take, so rook h1. So you should probably trade, and if queen d1 then take. If rook d1, you still can take, so there's no rook h1 with only one rook on the board. Okay, so bishop g5. But again, I think white can just trade and play rook d1, and all the danger starts to fade. Even though black's going to be even, it's going to be even material, there aren't going to be winning chances. Okay, rook e8, I like this. Probably queen d3, queen d7 makes some sense. Maybe knight f4, queen h2, queen d2 maybe. It's not so easy at least. So, okay, so knight f4 is played, so you can take, but I think you should just play queen h2. Keep pieces on the board. Because now after queen h2, king f3, I mean, it's an endgame. It's queens and rooks, so you're basically running out of steam again. There aren't the opportunities to win. Like just king f3 and king g2, and it's just even material, and you're not going to be able to win. And at this point, you really need to try to win if you're Jorden. Like draws aren't good enough here. So queen h3, but now I just double like queen d3, queen d7, and as the saying goes, it's just too little, too late. Once again. Now even king g2 is probably fine, because if you trade and rook e4, there's going to be rook d7 at the end, and of course, sure enough, Wei Yi sees it, goes king g2. And this, when Hikaru goes mad with the arrows, it always reminds me of John Madden. I mean, I did play Madden quite a bit as a kid, so I mean the game, obviously. And so like, look, and here we go. After queen e4, it's like what's it? It's an I formation, and with these pawns here on a6, b7, and a5, b7, c6, black really would like to go h4, maybe queen g4, just jam it up the e file like a running back here. Probably b5. Of course, b5 is fine. If takes, queen b5, of course, is good. It's in the game, right? It's in the game. Now rook d5 and white's trying to win an endgame. I guess you can just trade and play a4 to make a draw. But it's all just like, it's just too late. So, I mean, rook d5. Okay, he goes c5 to try and win, I guess. I mean, black can't take, obviously, because then you have c6, c7 with rook d8. But rook c8, rook d5. But now after queen d4, it's starting to get a little bit... Probably you should go queen e7, queen d4, a4, a3. Try to make a draw just right on the spot. Don't let it get too risky. But I mean, already it's another 6 minutes lost, another game lost. It's going to make it extremely hard. But definitely Wei Yi has started bringing it. Wei Yi started to bring it today. He's been playing a lot better than he played against. Now rook d6 and c6 could be very well, I guess you take and you've got queen c4. So f3 is logical. Support the pawns first. Still no a4, b4 breaks, which is why I really liked queen e7 more than queen e6, because you could have played for a4 right away with an eye, with your queen having an eye on the pawn on c5. Now rook d7. Oh dear, oh dear. I mean, no, queen d5 you can still take. Okay, it just goes back. Rook a8, so he's trying to play for a4 here, which I like. I like the idea, just run the a pawn down the board. Now, if Jorden can get a little bit of luck here and win this game, like if he can, like if Wei Yi gets a little bit too low on time and bungles it, then maybe he's got a chance. Maybe he's got a chance. Like I said, it's got to be 4 points. 4 points or less is my guess. Now, don't You don't want to trade if you don't trade. If you do trade, it's just a draw here. Yeah, just rook d5, a3, rook d1, of course, and it's just a draw. Or is it c7, king? No, it's not king e7 because you get over in time. It's not a draw. Aha, he tricked him. Or no, rook d2. Brilliant move by Wei Yi because now you can't get over. And if a2, I make a queen first and I win the pawn. Rook d2 is a brilliant move by Wei Yi. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Rook a, what is he doing? He's going to lose now. What are you... rook c3. Oh my gosh, is he going to lose another one? What is he doing? He's going to lose. I guess it's still a draw. King f6. Oh my gosh, he just loses. h4, f4. Oh my gosh. f4, game over. Game over. What is Jorden doing? I mean, this is just so crazy. That's at least 2 games that he's lost where he could not have ever lost. Okay, so anyway, this is going to be another... Yeah, so we're going to start another game. I don't know how many more games there are in the 3 minutes. There shouldn't be many games left. Queen b6, rook d1. Parham Moroni was kind of expected, though. That result was at least expected. It's just like, Jordan's just like, man, knight e4. Oh, no, you don't have knight e4 because you hang the knights. Queen d8. You want to go knight e4 next move. Do I ever fill this way inside during classical games? Not really. If there's a time scramble, yes, but generally not. Because you have enough time that you're not going to make some really, really gross blunder. But yeah, it's just like, man, it's so gross. I don't know what to say. 15 minutes left, so hopefully this is the last game. And hopefully Jorden can at least put up a good score on the bullet, because this has been really, really brutal for Jorden, to say the least. Really, really brutal. Really, really brutal. Okay, so rook e1. Wei Yi, as I recall, he doesn't really show much emotion. I think I watched a little bit of his Prognon match. So I expect Wei Yi's just like, he's stone cold, not showing any emotion. Maybe he is for these weird ones that he's won, these 2 ridiculous rook and pawn end games that he somehow managed. Well, he drew the one that he was winning there at the end, but I think in general he's probably very, very stoic. So knight h4, I guess at g6, bishop h6 is good. Okay, so again, I think Jorden has a great position here, but what he'll be able to do with that, we'll see. Maybe he can go f4, f4, knight f5, and then something, but I like Jordan's position again. He's still reveling in his Dutch championship. Yes, but Jorden actually lost a tiebreaker to his younger brother, Lucas van Foreest, so he can't really be reveling in his victory, because it wasn't actually a victory. Okay, knight f5, queen e7, so you're going to take with the rook, obviously. And then if rook d8, maybe knight d6 looks good. Hit the pawns. Let's go, Jorden. Come on. Come on, Jorden. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, knight d6, man. Come on, knight d6. Finally. Ugh. Okay, if knight b6... If knight f6, I think you take. Knight b6. Again, you just take and go king c1, of course. Maybe black should play f3 just to create an outside passed pawn here. I'm wondering about f3. So if g3, you've got the very sneaky takes f2, f1 maybe. So I'm wondering if you should play f3 to create these ugly double pawns on f3 just so you have an outside passed pawn. Rook d5, of course, is fine too. I'd play b3 and c4 or knight a5. That's why I liked f3. I liked... Okay, rook g5. Actually, this makes sense too. But I still feel like after takes, rook g2, bishop e1. Long term, Takes, bishop e1. With you losing the a pawn, these pawns objectively should be quicker than black's kingside pawns. So you also have the knight, which doesn't allow you to move. So you're going to have to lose a tempo with knight f6. King d1, I don't understand at all. You don't need your king closer. Because now black's going to get counterplay with g5, g4, g3 even. So I don't really like what's going on. Yeah, sure enough, white doesn't miss it because now the counterplay is just instant. Like, you get these pawns rolling. White really needed to just go for the queen side and just use the pawns. And now I think it's going to be hard again for Jorden. I think he might even just lose this because g4 g3 is just a very serious threat here. You also have f3 coming as well. So, and if you play rook e5, there might even just be rook h2, keeping g3 alive while protecting the knight. Knight g3 is also a huge problem as well. Okay, rook h2, king g1 is the idea, so I assume you should play f3 here. Just f3 and g3. Yeah, g3 is coming. See, that's the problem. You wasted all these tempo to get the king, and you activated all. You just gave black all these tempi. You should have kept the king here and just run the pawn. Go for the simple endgame where you run the pawns up the board, because now black is just winning. Rook e8 is king h7 followed by g3. What does rook e8 do? Put the rook on a bad square. It doesn't even attack the pawns. G3. I think g3 is game over. f6 is good enough too. And just g3. Game over. Just game over. Just game over. And this king g6 and g3. Okay, I guess he was worried about knight e7. Not that it was a real threat, but again, g3 or knights are coming like f4. You've got g3. You even have like, you might even be threatening knight g3 and knight e3 and rook e2 mate. Oh, that's even, all knight checks are in the air here. Knight g3 and knight e3. This is just so rough. g3, of course. Although g3, maybe there's bishop e1. So maybe rook h2 first and then, or just knight f4. Knight f4, knight h3 also looks very strong. And you'll notice, like, look, white finally has the pawns, but look at where black's pawns are. And look at where white's king is. Yeah, of course, because now even this h pawn is super fast up the board relative to the one pawn you have going here, the a pawn. So, knight h3 and rook hg1 mate. I mean, it's game over. I mean, yeah, another King's Indian, I guess. It's knight c3. Yeah, I mean, don't really know what to say. It's just been a very, very disappointing. This is the last game, hopefully. Praise the law. This is the last game of the 3 minutes. I mean, at this point, the match is obviously over. I would just really like to see, I would like to see Jorden, like, beat him in a bullet. I mean, even if he wins, he's going to lose the match. But I'd like to see Jorden at least get, I would like to see Jorden at least have some, for there to be some positives for him to take away from this match. Knight g5 is also a move here. Knight g5, knight e4. He played a4 last game, but I like knight g5, knight e4 here. Knight d2 also is fine, but I want to see Jorden. I want him to have something to take away from this match as a positive. Because if he just loses this and he loses in the bullet, there's really going to be nothing positive to take away from it. And Jorden is a very nice kid, so it would be nice to see Jorden have something at least to take away that's positive. Again, I have a bad feeling this game's going to go south in a hurry after like f4 and b4. Although you have knight c5. Play bishop f5. Probably bishop a3 maybe makes sense here. Okay, bishop f5, queen c1. Probably knight, I don't know, a6, a3 maybe isn't so clean. Okay, so it goes to d7, you're hitting the pawn on b4 here, obviously. Maybe you can go knight g4, knight f2. h6 at some point to kick the knight as well. Knight g4, knight f2 looks logical. Okay, a5, a3, and then maybe knight g4, knight f2. Or throw an h6 first. You were talking about him like he's an Oliver Twist. Oliver. Never before has a boy asked for more. Rook d6 is played. Maybe knight f2 here. Maybe h6. Probably knight f3 here. I mean, I can obviously do. I mean, I can obviously do it. What's going to be a match of the century? Parham versus Fallujah? Yeah, but I mean, who's to play who? I haven't looked at it. Okay, so knight h3, king g2, knight f2, of course, makes sense here. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think Parham's going to beat Wei Yi. I think Wei Yi's... Who will stream continue after the match? You know, it's getting quite late here. It's already like 9 o'clock, so probably I'll just go to bed right away. I also have issues with my hard drive. I don't have a lot of space left, so that's another slight problem that I would add. So I probably can't... I can't just stream forever. Let me see. How much space do I have left on my hard drive? Currently at 4.54 gigs, so I've got enough space to probably run the stream a bit longer. Knight b6 is a nice move you can't take because then you hang the queen, but knight d1 basically threatens a trade, opens diagonal. It also cuts off knight c4, so knight d1 is a very nice, nice move here. No, it's not. It's not adult videos, you guys. I know you're being funny, but it's just that on this computer, when I bought it, it was a last-minute computer that I had to buy. I think my old computer died like 2 days before I had to leave, so I just leave for St. Louis in November of 2017. So I had to. What was I going to say? I had to buy a new computer, and I just bought one off Amazon, so it's completely fine. But the problem is it doesn't have much space. It's got like a 200 gigabyte hard drive, and it's only got one hard drive. Probably before, when I go home, I'll buy another hard drive and plug it in. Because on this computer, I don't think it's super hard. I think it's just a slot, so I just need to unscrew the slot and put in another hard drive. So it should be shouldn't be too hard. But yes, I can upload the VOD without the music, you guys. So that's one of the biggest advantages to being a subscriber is. Should have used Newegg. I didn't see great ones on Newegg. Okay, wants to go queen h3. I have external hard drives too, but I didn't think to plug it in and record this on the external. So yeah. Anyway, takes queen e5 played. You've got to move the rook somewhere. Again, this position is probably winning for just hg5, g4 looks nice. Maybe, but I guess hg5 there's knight c4. So maybe you should trade. Not so easy to play. Maybe rook f8 here is interesting too. Try and exchange the rooks. Okay, obviously knight c4. Queen d4, good move. Knight d6, rook f8. Okay, queen c2, very cheeky. Oh, wait, no, you can just take and go queen g7. Just take the rook, Jordan. Come on, one time, Jordan. Good. Finally, Jordan finds it, and that's all she wrote. So very nice win for Jordan. Queen g7. Finally, we get a nice win for Jordan. Finally. Okay, I'm going to be cheeky. I'm even going to put this as a win for Jordan. So I'm going to be cheeky and put it as a win because he's going to play rook f8. Just get the rooks off the board, take away the risk, and just smooth sailing. Relax. It's all over. Stop saying nice win for Jordan. There we go. He won. He won, you guys. I didn't jinx him. He won the game. He was up a rook. Let's give Jordan some credit. He's having a bad day, but let's give him some credit. He's good. Let's give him some credit. Okay, so d5, knight c3. Probably another e5 line will be played. Who wouldn't like meeting a Gadmentor? Seems like a nice guy. Okay, so d4, e6, f6 ideas. I think normally you like plop a knight to g1 and play for f3, I think. Or you can go this way. Obviously, you should play c5 here. So yeah, so I mean, it's what's the score? It's 6-2. FG3 is an interesting move. So he wants to castle and go for immediate knight g5. Just go for big threats on the f file rather than taking with the h file. Because threats on the h file were playable, but don't really create much. Maybe c4 here is interesting, just to take away Take away this diagonal from the bishop. Oh, do they have one more game? I thought that was the last game. Oh, does this game count or not? This does... okay, so a3 plays stop, knight b4. Just he wants to go for knight g5 and queen h5. After h6, I guess the idea is maybe knight h4 and queen h5 to hit the pawn at f7, maybe? I don't know. It seems weird, but maybe that's an idea. Where are the arrows coming from? They're coming from me. Okay. What is g4? And g4 is played like instantly. What is g4? What is g4? What is g4? Just play queen e2, right? What is g4? Just castles? Or h6? Okay. Thank you, Noise, for 20 for 3 with resub. Now, h6 I don't like because now you can't castle short, except maybe g5. So now you have to castle long. There always are ideas with b4, having played a5 as well. So, I mean, it's still obviously quite good for black. You've got like f6 ideas, queen c7 ideas as well. Maybe it's just bad. Because if you don't move the king, I go f6, and now I can just take and play f6 or bishop d6. Oh, actually, no, I can't take because I hang f7. So I probably have to castle first. Maybe I can still castle short, but I would probably castle long here. Maybe even rook f8 here to play for f6 actually makes sense too. Rook f8 actually looks like a very nice move here for black. Coach Hikaru not pleased with his students' play. Whoa, okay. That's probably still fine. I would have played rook f8 just to support the pawn and played for f6 using the f file. Although after king d8, this is still probably really good. King c7 pawn stops this. You've got rook f8. You've got bishop d6. Actually, black's up a pawn here, so bishop d6 should just be more than enough to just win the game. You can always play rook f8 as well. Actually, rook f8, are you going to sack? Maybe you're going to sack. Bishop e8's a nice move as well. Again, idea just to go bishop d6 and go for mate on h2. I had a funny expression in the picture he showed of when you signed the board. Well, I wasn't sure who he was. That's the thing with the Gabin when I saw him. I thought that was him, but then I'm like, well, but he lives in Bulgaria. He's from Bulgaria. So, like, would he really travel all the way for the GCT? And then it's like, I thought it wasn't him. And then sure enough, it was actually him. Because also my trainer, Chris, seemed to think that a Gabin was really, really short. Like, he was like 5 feet tall or something. And obviously, the guy I saw, who is a Gabin was taller than me. So, he's from Croatia? Oh, am I stupid? I thought he was from Bulgaria for some reason. Oh, he's from Croatia. Okay, okay, there you guys go. Shows how much I know, eh? I thought, okay, fair enough. He does look short on the streams, sure. Okay, I don't like a4. Now bishop b4, and Jorden again is starting to create some threats, like takes and rook c5, I guess. Still should be really, really good for black, but there are some hopes now. I'm not an excellent... Okay, I like rook c5. Hope the black sacks. Try to use these two bishops and just create some threats on the diagonals. He's from Split. Okay, so obviously rook c1, without a doubt, to take the pawn with the pin. Okay, you can't really take, so maybe just queen e1. Again, try to activate ideas with sack. Maybe you can even sack. Can you sack right away? Maybe you could have sacked right away. I like that. Maybe that made some sense considering the match score. Try to sneak in one more win and at least maybe have a prayer. But yeah, no. Just takes and. No, but you've got queen g3. Just take. You've got queen g3. Come on, you've got queen g3. Just take. Come on, Jorden, just take. Queen g3, queen g3, queen g3, mate. Come on, queen g3. It's mate in 2. Queen g3. Come on. No, I mean, come on. Queen g3, it's mate in 2. Oh, finally. Finally, he finds it. He was scaring me there for a second. He finds it. Okay, so I guess that's the end of this portion. So Jorden finishes with 2 wins. He's still down by 7. So realistically, it's still over. but you never know what can happen. So again, it's a time for another break, and I am going to go use the restroom one more time, and then we will be back in just in a second for the final bullet bit. All right, you guys. All right, you guys. So we're back. So we are we're about to start the bullet portion of the Speed Chess Championship, Junior Speed Chess Championship between Jorden van Foreest and Wei Yi. Wei Yi is obviously up by 7 points, so he should win this pretty cleanly. But anything can happen. Still 30 minutes left. Hikaru, I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a great day, actually. I'm having a fantastic day, so can't complain. More importantly, what do we have? We have Fed minutes are out. We're seeing S&P is up about 0.6%. Looks like we're headed on another up wave to close the day. So looking pretty good. Micron still near 43. Pretty reasonable. Thank you, J5555, J5555 for the 2-month resub. Thank you so much. Isn't it hot here? It's not hot here in Riga. It's actually quite chilly. It's been cloudy and overcast. I've been wearing a jacket every day. In Croatia, I was never wearing a jacket, but I've been wearing a jacket every day. At the moment, I am in the hotel room. I'm in a hotel room. Where are the chips? Chips are over here. I'll have a few more chips because why not? Why not have another bag? I mean, no. I mean, you have to have some self-control. So, all right. They haven't quite started up again, but they're going to be starting up pretty soon. In Holland, it's 8 p.m. Yes, it's +1 here in Latvia, here in Riga. It is 9 p.m. local time, so it's 1 hour later. Oh, did I say self-respect? I meant self-control. You have to have some self-control. But anyway. So I guess we're still on a break, still waiting. Okay, here we go. Game starts. First game, let's go. Let's go. I'm not going to pretend to be impartial. I'm rooting for Joppy to at least try and make a match fit, win a couple of games, and get way nervous. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's go, Jorden. Let's go. Let's win a couple of games. Pretty classic. Bishop b3, knight d2. He goes knight d2. Okay, I would have played rook b8, but it's still maybe rook c8 here. Or b5, that's fine. Obviously, bishop b3 and c3 is coming. c3 right away. Rook b8, play for b4. Bishop b3, pretty standard. Knight e5, go for knight c4. b3, interesting. I don't think it's the best move. But played very fast. Bishop c6. Okay, obviously knight d7. Oh no, is there knight f6? Takes, e5, takes. Bishop f1 and bishop g2. Okay. What's going on here? Knight e4. So obviously d5, knight c6, queen c7. Knight b8, rook b8. This is good counterplay. Black's down in exchange, but he's got a piece and a pawn. Just takes, and maybe just queen. Whoa, he took right. Wasn't queen b1 just winning a rook? Why didn't he go queen b1? That was winning the rook on c8. Queen b1 was just winning the rook on c8. What is queen takes c4? Anyway, more moves. Rook d1, knight f6. Black's got a piece and 2 pawns for the rook. Knight d5, good move. Rook d4, knight d6, of course. Knight d6, you've got knight b5, knight f5 ideas. c3 coming as well. Should be pretty good here. I think Joppy would win this if this is a normal blitz game. Just c3 here is really strong. c3 and knight b5, very nice. If knight c3, it just takes. You have knight e2 check. After rook d6. Knight e4 followed by f5. Plant this knight here on e4. You also have knight b4, knight a2 coming. Just f5. Come on, Jorden. Let's go, man. Takes just gf. Gf, of course, don't hang the knight. Gf, good. Just rook c4. Rook c4. Come on, Jorden. Rook c4. Oh, but you... King f2, knight f4, rook c3. Okay, just rook c4. Just put the rook on c4. Just chill out. Rook c4. Idea rook a4. Idea knight e4. If knight e2, just rook a4 here. Rook a4, Jorden. Thank you, Kuldasser, for the 7-month resub. Rook a4. Let's win the pawn. This I don't love, but it's still good enough. Rook d2 just takes and you make a queen. cd2, rook c4, and you make a queen. If rook c3... Was rook c3 just winning for white there? I think rook c3 was fine. Okay, now you have to go to a4. Or no, you check in rook a4. Very nice, because you've got the fork. So rook's knight e4. Now you can run the pawns up the board. King e5, f4 is even better. Just f4 and king f5 and e5 is winning. Even rook d4 is probably... Well, now don't hang the pawn. Don't hang the pawn. Good. Good. Fix the pawns. Knight g5 is coming. Rook c4 is coming. Even rook d4 here looks strong. Rook d4 looks like a nice move. Yeah. Now you've got rook d2. Very nice. Jordan's going to win the first game. Here we go, Jordan. Rally caps. Let's get the rally caps on. So it's 1 up. So Jordan wins the first game of the bullet. So he is now down by 6 points. Come on, Jordan. Let's go. e5, 94. I'm helping Jordan. This is bullet. I'm not helping. Okay. So takes, cd4, castles, knight c6, knight h6. Okay. I don't understand this g4 h3 setup at all. Makes no sense to me. Maybe b4 here? Okay, b4 is coming in a move or two for sure. Just b4, yeah, agreed, all in. If you take, then I take, and then I've got rook e8 tricks. ba5, probably just knight e5 and queen e5 looks safest. Just because you can't let him get the pawn clump in the center here and run everything up the board. Okay, now you have ba5, queen g7. Maybe just queen... Nah, but now e5, e4 is coming. This pawn clump is... This jumbo pawn clump is going to become a problem. Okay, c4 I like. It's a good try to mess it up. Oh, wow! What is bishop c4 pre-move? Oh, come on! Oh, come on! He had en passant. What is bishop takes c4 pre-move? Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Okay, next game. That was a horrendous pre-move. That was a horrendous pre-move. I have nothing really to say. I mean, if he'd won that game, he'd at least have a prayer. But now it's back to 7, and now it's just over. Of course I'm pained. I mean, f4 and... Oh, now you hang the pawn. Oh. Yeah, this is match. Now it's over. Now Jordan's going to lose, and now it's definitely over. Okay, e5, good try at least to stop knight d4 and close this diagonal so white never can activate the bishop. But still, this looks unpleasant. Rook c1, queen c7, always c4, but c4, b4. Again, you really need to restrict the knight, you need to restrict the bishop. Wow, that's very bold. So takes and just like queen b8. I mean, white's still probably better with a piece sack, but nonetheless, you've got to take. You have to just take the knight and hope for the best. It's bullet. Take the knight. What is... He just had to take the knight. What is bishop c5? F5? Okay, I mean, again, you can maybe take and go... Nah, you can't really take because d5 is a big problem here. So you've got to do something. Maybe knight f6 here? Okay, that makes some sense. But still, I think after knight c6 and takes, white's up a clean pawn. Even though his bishop is a little bit bad behind the pawns, it's still a pawn. A pawn is always a pan. Or a pawn is always a pawn, not a pan. Now, it's worth noting Wei Yi is moving a lot slower. Bishop d6, queen b7... ef5. Whoa, bishop takes bishop d6. Queen g2. Take on f5. Okay, it's game on. Take. Knight e4 is coming. Okay. All right, now rook c6 is in must, or rook e6, one of the two. Okay, rook e6. Trade the rooks. You've got knight e4 here. King g6. He's trying to double the rooks on the 7th here. This is a problem. Maybe a very serious problem. Maybe just knight f... Maybe just f4 even. Yeah, because takes, rook c3, bishop e5 is a problem. But you've got to take. You've just got to take and hope for the best. Whoa, he didn't even take e5. Wow, okay. So now knight e4, of course, and king f7, king e6. And hope for the best again. Probably bishop f4 is safest here. Maybe b4 to fix the pawns, because now white can go a4. Okay, it goes b4 now, which is fine. Okay, obvious. Rook b2 maybe? Rook b2? Rook b3? Still, it's still a draw with correct play, but there are tricks. King e6 just takes. Rook a3. Just b3, b2, b2, b2. Knight c5, knight c5, knight c5. No, knight c5. Knight c5. No. Knight c5, knight c5! Ah! Maybe rook c3. Maybe just rook c8. Okay. Oh my gosh, he blunders. Now bishop e5. Bishop e5 and rook c5. What's winning? Maybe knight g3 now? Okay, rook a5. Okay. King e6. King f7. Okay, check. Maybe he can run in. No, he doesn't. Okay. So he's going to throw in all the checks. King e8, maybe? Yeah, you got to try to win here at this point. So run to d7. Okay. Rook e5, rook e5. Yeah, but now, I mean, the problem here is, like, Wei Yi can't really lose here. King e6, just go back. Now, if Wei Yi's smart, he'll burn the clock. Maybe try to at least. Knight d5, of course. Knight d... Oh my gosh, what is rook a6? King g6, of course. King f7. And now bishop e5 and white wins. Okay, you gotta go knight e4. You gotta go knight e4 and hope. You gotta go knight e4. Why is he thinking knight e4? You gotta move. Come on, knight e... Why is he thinking? King g6, of course. Okay, knight g4, knight g4. Okay. Knight g4. Or rook a2 maybe? Okay, knight g4 is still fine. Okay, knight h2, okay. Trying to get tricky here with like rook 5, knight f3. King g6 is coming, king g6, king g6. King g6! Oh! Rook c4. Okay, good move. King f7. No, f7! Now you've got the king on the wrong side, and white just runs up. Oh. Okay, well, that was yeah. Yeah, the technique is missing. I will say this: having seen the technique from Wei Yi, though, Fallujah is going to destroy him. Fallujah will destroy him if they play, because this is not going to. This technique will not get it done against Fallujah. That much I will say. Even Parham, I'm not sure about. Okay, rook e1. You can just take or take on d5. White's fine here. Black's got a bad king. Now he's going to run the king the other way. Okay, so knight f5 just takes. He's going to try to run this way, I think. I mean, knight g5 maybe is probably good here. Okay, I don't like queen d3. There's going to be some... Okay, but now knight e5 cuts it off, and you're too late. Because I'm just going to go h6 next move. Just h6, and now you've got nothing, and you're actually just worse. Because I'm going to be able to trade knights and go bishop e5. You're going to have a bad bishop against a great knight and a weak pawn. Even takes bishop, knight c4 looks strong as well. Knight c4 looks... Oh, wait, no, you hang g7. Maybe not quite. Maybe even just c4. c4 looks interesting here. Okay, queen h4 is an idea. Obviously, queen c7, just go back. Or b5, angling for e2. Rook e1's a good move. Bishop c2. Okay, queen d7 trying to trade. Maybe b4. b4 go for the cheese. Or he plays knight d7. Okay, so now obviously you have to trade and play like g3 and f4 if you can. Again, I still think it's going to be too little. King... Okay, f4. But now king d6 and knight b6 and you lose the pawn. Maybe you can try to run king h5. Okay, you gotta go king. Maybe bishop d3 first was better to restrict the pawns. Maybe a6, a4. Maybe just g4, h4, g5. Just launch it all in here. G5 maybe. Plays h4, but it's too slow. Now c4 is coming. It's all over. Just c4, maybe just trade first to be safe. You can also trade and go f5, and then the knight covers. You should just take and go f5 probably. It's hg f5, and you get a clamp. f5 and g6 c4 or bishop f6 is good enough. Probably you should take. Doesn't really matter what order you do it. You're down a pawn. Now black can obviously just take or play f5, as I mentioned earlier. White's king is completely boxed as well. The king can't come back into the game. So this is actually quite bad. Bishop f6, and now your king's dead. The pawn covers this square. The bishop covers this square. And now somehow black's going to get a checkmate. There's going to be some checkmate because your king is stuck. Like knight e6, yeah, exactly. Going for mate, c3. Or bishop c3 maybe? Bishop, or no, that doesn't work. He missed bishop b3 check as well. Now knight f4 is just, knight f4, bring the king in, run the pawn. Knight f4 is just clean. And you just run the king in and run the pawn. And that's going to be another win for Wei Yi. Now you just bring the bishop here and bishop around. Yep, exactly. Bishop h6 pre-move. Okay, I would be. You can pre-move bishop h6 and pre-move king a4 after that. Very clean win for Wei Yi at the end there. Really tough. Okay, so knight d2 is played. G6 probably bishop g7, bishop d2, castles, same line. Okay, knight e2 of course, c3 obviously, knight d7, probably something like bishop e3 again, knight d4. I'm gonna put a knight on e5 and go for knight c4. Maybe knight ce5 here to go knight c4. I don't know, you hang the pawn. So I guess a6 takes e5, knight e5, f4. Okay, it just takes. Okay, queen d7 obviously to protect the knight, hit the pawn. Okay, it's gonna go for knight c4, maybe e6 here, and d5 makes sense, or just knight c4 right away. Again, no real issues here for Jorden, but it's gonna be hard to win. Why isn't Naroditsky playing the junior SCC? I think Daniel's a little bit too old. I mean, Daniel's not. I think it's up to 20, is it? I think it's up to 20. Daniel's slightly older than 20. Whoa, now this is surprising by Wei Yi. Maybe queen c4 here, but yeah, queen c4 takes rook c4, and you've got rook g4 takes g6 at the end. So queen c4, come on, Dan, come on, queen c4. Okay, good, very good. Finally found it. Rook g4. No! What? What is king g7? Maybe e5. I guess, or no, maybe takes an no, but then there's rook h4. Maybe knight g3 doesn't quite work. Rook h4, rook g2, king f3 is winning. Okay, now rook f6 is just game over. Okay, I'm not upset. I'm disappointed. Just disappointed. So alright, this is going to be another win for Wei Yi. I'm going to mark it as a win because I expect this to be a win. There's rook c5 and a4, king d3, and you just run the. Okay, maybe not so clean. Rook b2. Oh, did I put it too soon? Rook b2 and rook b3. No, what is c1? Rook b2. Okay, just a5, a6. Just a7, king b5, king a6, and Another win for Wei Yi. Knight f3. Okay, so just another random opening. Okay, b5. Interesting move by Wei Yi. Okay, just bishop b2 or bishop a3. Knight c6 to go b4. Maybe knight e4. Okay, queen c8. Dual purpose move. Queen a6. Oh, wait, was there a pawn hanging on e7? That was just a free pawn on e7 that was hanging. Maybe knight d7 here or knight e4. Both are good. Okay, so e3 played. It's completely fine for Jorden here. Again, I think Jordan's doing better in this position, but I expect something bad to happen nonetheless. E5. Okay, logical move. How do the complications shake out? Takes some trade. Okay, rook c1 first. Rook c1's a great move. And now white should be winning because you don't have a good way to protect the knight. You're hanging both of these pawns. You're also hanging this pawn. Queen d5 looks crushing. De5 followed by queen d5 also is crushing. If ed4, just knight d4. I think again knight takes e5 is crushing because you've got queen takes a8 here after knight e5. Okay, just take with a pawn. Okay, knight e4, knight f6, very nice. Jordan's gonna win this game. Fingers crossed. Does rook c6 takes knight f6, king g7? Doesn't quite work. Almost works. So rook d1 looks very smooth. f4 looks smooth. Everything looks very smooth here. Okay, so now probably you can still take and play rook d5. You can play f4. You can also play like knight c5, knight d6. Looks just rook d1. Game over. GG. GG-o. Finally, Jordan plays a good game from start to finish. Very nice win for Jordan. Okay, so g6, probably g3, bishop g2, castles. Again, more of the same. I think they've already played this line 3 or 4 times. Okay, so takes probably queen d5, queen d2 back, maybe rook d1. 9 minutes left in the bullet portion. Okay, so this is almost over. So rook a3 played. Probably rook c4 makes sense here. Just plant the rook. Idea d5 at some point. Pressure on e4. Queen c6. Maximum pressure everywhere here for black. So black is doing great. Okay, d5 is forced. Yes, d5 obviously. D4, but now queen d2. Okay, queen c2. Okay, wait, rook b4. Is there some trick with queen d2 or queen a2? Okay, so queen d2. Just rook a4 looks very clean. Just rook a4. Come on, Jordan. Rook a4. Rook a4, very good. And now there's got to be something. Like, oh, what? Bishop b5! He's got dc3, and the knight supports the rook. Just barely works. Oof. Ooh, very lucky. That almost is a blunder, but it just barely holds. Okay, queen c2. dc3 looks good. Queen a7 is also good. Idea d3, dc3. Use this long diagonal and check as well. You also have rook a2, importantly, to hit the queen, and then some kind of infiltration coming in on f2. Probably rook d4, yes. No, but now queen f2. Okay, takes. Rook a3, rook b4, rook f3, rook d4, rook e3. You're gonna play that on. You play on forever there. What? Rook b4? What? Rook b8? d3? King f2? Okay, knight d7. So you have to take and put the knight on c5. Maybe knight d3, knight c5 now? Or knight f3, knight d2, but then bishop c2. You've got to go to d3 and c5. But it's going to be a draw anyway, because you don't have enough. Oh, d3, d3! What? Okay, Okay, yeah, I guess try to run the king around. At some point, e5 is going to become a problem. Like e5 now, maybe? And if you run the king back... I mean, what's going on? King b6? No, e6 now! Oh, what? King b6, you got to bring the king back. Oh, he's so lucky. e6 was just winning. It was one tempi. But now white also has freedom here on the queen side king side to run the king up. You have no blocks. Okay, h6. King e7, of course, but this is going to be a draw. Whoa! What is king f? Whoa! 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 Knight d3, knight e5, maybe? And king f6, try to box the king. Knight c4, obviously. Idea knight e3. King g5, h6, knight f5. Knight f5, knight g3, knight h5. Try to play for the win. Knight g3, but then king e5 and you're boxed again. Yes. Oh man, even here it's still a draw. Wow. But you gotta move, you gotta go for it. Yeah, just king d4. King d4, king e3 is still a draw. Okay, so another draw. Or not another draw. I guess that's the first bullet draw, but... So this might be the last game. Okay, so he takes the pawn on c5. He's been playing bishop d3 every other game. Bishop g4, of course, idea to take. Takes, knight e5, bishop b5. Still, again, queen g3. Queen g3 is better right away, probably. Queen h5, maybe? This looks a little bit questionable. Now just f6, or queen h4 followed by f6, and this diagonal is going to kill white. f6 here looks so strong. Okay, plays b6 first. Again, f6 has to be winning at some point for black. Just trade, and you hang the pawn on c2. Just rook d8, c3 traps your knight, so of course you need to have knight c6 here. But it's just a clean pawn for black, knight e2. Alright, that's another win. Blue in Focus says, I'd love for Hikaru to make the interviews. Yeah, it's better that I don't do the interviews. I would probably be like, I'd be like very unhappy with what Jorden has done in a couple of games. Overall match, I'm not shocked by, but a couple of games Jorden has really disappointed me. Okay, very drawish opening. Castles d5, I guess. c6, d5. Although white stops with c4, wants to build a big center here. Maybe bishop g4 makes sense, but I don't know if there's queen b3 or not. There is, okay. Just d4, knight c3. There should be an option to stop the match and just give up. I kind of agree. Maybe h3 here. Although maybe there's some trick with knight g4. But h3 looks... Yeah, he does play it. So, I mean, maybe... but takes rook e7, queen e7, bishop h3. It's interesting. Now, obviously, d5 looks strong. Or bishop g5 takes and then d5. I think d5 is just very good here. I'm surprised he hasn't played it right away. Okay, so takes, maybe bishop f5 here. g4, let's say bishop g6 maybe. But now it's already turned where white should just be cleanly better. Bishop e3 or bishop f4. Both squares are good. I liked e3 maybe a bit more to go this way. You have pressure here. a5 ideas, queen b6 ideas. Maybe just double the rooks on the e file as well. Maybe knight a4, knight b6 is also another real problem for black to deal with. Knight a4 looks good. Or this also hits the pawn. Okay, rook c5. Bishop e3 probably back. Maybe just bishop f4. What? What is bishop e7? Just rook c8. Maybe you're hanging a5. Maybe it's not so simple. Okay, knight e5, obviously. Maybe knight d3, knight f4 is coming. Bishop d3 was also very strong. Okay, but knight f4 is begging to be played at some point. Although now he gets bishop e4, and now again it's getting maybe bishop c5. Okay, still plays knight f4. Okay, bishop c5 is f5, good move actually. Takes rook f5, bishop c5, rook h5 ideas. This has to be something for black. Okay, he's gonna play the tickle game with knight d5, I assume, or he goes bishop e5. Okay, rook d1, obviously. You can maybe grab. No, you hang c4. Okay, h6. Maybe just rook f8. This should be great for black. Black should be winning. Knight d3 here, obviously. Knight d3. Come on, Jordan. Knight d3. No, but now it's too late because now you lose the bishop on e5. What? Move, just move, Jordan, just move. It's gotta move. Queen g7? Queen g3? Gotta take, maybe c3, c2. Crazy game. Rook c5 maybe. Rook c5? Okay, knight d3 takes c2. Rook c2 maybe? Okay, c2, but he's gonna get a check. And check, and it's gonna be a draw. Just go back. Or maybe not, because you hang still, you hang a pawn. Okay, but you've got to take a5 and maybe rook a2. Rook a2. This is very similar to the game between Magnus and Fabiano, but the king is cut. Magnus Fabiano rapid game had the pawn on g2. Now it should be a draw. Just I think it's a draw. You play like rook b2 now and king g6 h5. Yeah, rook d4, rook h3, and you put the king on h5 and it's a draw. It's a theoretical draw. Whether this will be a draw, we'll see. Just like rook a4. And now you just check the king all the way up the board. Or you just wait on the fourth, same thing. Okay, you can just wait, no, this is tricky. No, but now rook g4, king f4, king h5 maybe? King h5 forced, king h5. Rook a4. Just king h4, you've got to check. Okay, this draws too. King h4 is slightly safer, but this draws as well. Or wait, does it draw? It doesn't draw. Oh, he has pre-move on, and it's a draw. Oh, he had pre-move queen on. Nice trick from Jordan. Pre-move queen on. Oh, that's hilarious. He had pre-move queen, so he just automatically took. Is that the last game? That's quite the classic last game to end on. That is the last game. So Wei wins 18.5 to 8.5. Yeah, but I mean, surely he didn't know what he had to press to make a queen. But you press Alt, just for those you were wondering. You would press here, you hit Alt, and then you do this, and then you see on my screen, it plops up what it is. Anything wins except a queen. Anything wins except a queen. You press Alt. You just press, like in this position, you hit Alt, and then you make the move, and you see you get the list of the four squares. But that's because this last game is a stalemate, you guys. Stalemate. This is stalemate. Black's king has no legal squares to go to. The queen covers these squares. The rook covers every square on the G file. So it's stalemate. That's why. So, yeah. Yeah, he had auto queen. Of course he did. Everyone is auto queen on, but you have to hold Alt. So, yeah, I mean, what a crazy match that was. Really, really insane. But, yeah, I mean, he had 5. Yeah, but if you don't know what it is, you're gonna just make the move. And of course, you don't want to lose a game when you already have the match won like that. So I mean, I get it. It's unfortunate, but I get it. So yeah, so all right, you guys. So that is in fact the end of the match, and that is going to be the end of the stream as well. So I'd just like to thank everybody who subbed. Thanks to Chessbay, Max Milnick, Mana, as well as all the Brujaweb as well as all the rest of the mods for doing such a great job in terms of our covering of this Junior Speed Chess Championship match. So thanks to all the mods. Thank you to Crazy Coffee Man as well. So thanks to all of you guys, and I don't know if I'll be back for a stream tomorrow or not. Most likely not, because the event here in Riga starts the day after. But if I get off to a good start or things are pretty stable, then I'll probably try to do a stream every day during the event. But that's going to be it for now, and just stay tuned to my Discord, stay tuned to my Twitter. I'll definitely make an announcement if I'm going to be streaming soon. So once again, thank you to everybody, and have a good night, and I'll send you off to Alexandra. So peace out.